By the way, I found out I'm really good at talking to people into doing stuff.
So you know, stream just went live, so maybe somebody heard that. So you might want to be careful.
Yeah, I wanted to time it just for suspense. As you know, I've been playing Destiny a lot, and I was in town and I saw someone. I saw a Destiny pop figure. I purchased it, and I was talking to the guy, and he said he was playing Destiny. After about 5 minutes, I ended up talking him into joining my clan. I'm like, yay! I persuaded him.
You do it.
Yay!
I made it on time.
You did. You did. I could have played the intro and everything, but I didn't.
No,
Didn't
what?
do it. Something like that.
Oh, fucking hell, my heart.
I probably should tweet out that we are live, though, so people see that.
I should tweet it as well.
And then I should retweet on Muggle Go Around. Shit, where did Twitter go? Oh, how are you, Flatus? My good buddy, my friend, my juicy Anibula, my bearded wonder of the world. How are you?
Pretty good. I mean, people are hearing you, but pretty good.
I love it. Oh, I love you, Flatus. Never change, my good buddy.
Boop. So Twitch had a night mode. I love it.
Was that like after dark mode where we could be sweary and stuff?
I mean, technically, Maelstrom Radio is always after dark.
To first those Muggle Go Around. But always in the dark shadows waiting.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I actually really hated the new, like, was it Twitch beta or something, because they're not showing like the people that only have like one viewer on my follower list, and it really annoyed me. So I reverted back to the old one.
Did you wait a minute? I'm now on Maelstrom Radio with the awesome and sexy Flatus and Paul Metal, and then you took a picture of food. I'm not sure. I mean, I think I get it. I'm not sure what I get, but I'm getting. My best part is you liked your own tweet.
The food was nice. That was only 16 quid. 16 quid for all that.
It's yeah. The thing. It's gonna be real. All right, let me get intros playing and stuff, and let's get that show started.
Shit, no. What shit?
Real quick, guys, do you want the old school intro or the new intro? I'm asking preference. I don't think Paul's ever. Paul, did you ever hear the new intro? It's long. It's a little longer. It's a little long. All right, for you, Paul, you get the new intro. All right. Today is September 22nd, 2017. This is episode 53 of Maelstrom Radio.
Maelstrom Radio. with your hosts, Gladys and Shinra.
And welcome everybody to Maelstrom Radio. My name is Flatus. With me, still no Shin. Shin is currently, I think he's back in Japan. It's on vacation still. It's, where in the world? WHIRL apostrophe D, because like Maelstrom world. He's out traveling about doing his thing. And I'm here, but I am joined because I refuse to not do shows for 3 weeks while Shin's eating delicious foods and taking pictures and mocking me from across the state. He's trying to rustle my jimmies from other countries. I am with the lovely and beautiful Chili and Paul Metal of Mool Go Round. So with me, this host has the power of persuasion. So be careful what he asks you to do. It's Chili.
Oh, you tied it in so well with my...
I did.
I love it.
This host has green hair most of the time. And also, he's probably the best Jolly Green Giant. It's Paul Metal.
Holy fucking shit, that was fucking lit!
There you go.
Oh my god, that was so good! I was fucking jamming out and dancing. That was amazing. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm glad. Paul Metal is giant? Yes, he is.
Everyone is giant compared to me.
Yeah, it's
true.
true.
I can confirm this.
It's true. Chili makes anyone feel tall. Paul Metal, I'm sure, will lift put people above his head like Andre the Giant.
To be fair, I'm just as ugly.
Aw, that's not true. I've seen pictures of you now. You posted yourself on the internet. You are not ugly. The thing is, though, I don't know if you can hold your alcohol like Andre the Giant, though, who supposedly could drink 23 beers and not be drunk.
How lit was Paul? Was it Scarlet? I get it. Because
yeah, get it? Yeah, that's it. That's how lit it is. It's Scarlet. Not like the fever, though, because that would be fire. Hot. Too hot. Anyway, so today's episode of Maelstrom Radio, I thought since, the last week was more of the Crucible was here, I did a choose your own adventure, something more Crucible-esque. I decided that since Mool Go Around, if you've never listened to Mool Go Around, and why haven't you yet, is about just having a chat with your friends, sometimes talking about Final Fantasy XIV, sometimes talking about whatever's on your mind. I figured tonight, Maelstrom Radio would pull a Mool Go Around and just have a chat with some friends. So tonight, we're just going to have a chat, talk about the game, maybe just talk about some other things that have been on our mind. We'll keep it at the hour, and we'll roll through the night. I hope that it's funny, and I hope that chat joins us in. If you have questions for us about the game, or whatever's going on with 4.1. So some things, September, I'm going to say 29th, the live letter's going down. I think we talked about that last week. They did just put a dev post up talking about the new UI changes, so you want to go check that out. And then we're kind of just coming down the barrel of 4.1, so we'll see. I saw the new pony that comes out of Scala. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a new, they're starting to put mounts in dungeons now, so,
Yay!
Yeah, they're like, hey, Warcraft we heard Warcraft did this in Wrath of the Lich King. And other older dungeons. Let's get on that train.
I mean, the mounts might not be as good as that amazing game you were streaming recently, Flats, though.
Oh, you mean, yesterday, if you missed it live here on Maelstrom Radio, myself and Sephiroth from the lovely and greatest Crucible, because there are other digital magazines, but why read those when you can read the Crucible? We played Everjane, the Jane Austen MMO, yesterday.
I can tell you, I can confirm that I had to leave because I was literally crying and choking from laughter. It was. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch that stream because it was the best stream ever.
Ooh,
it was probably one. Sephiroth in chat, we're the most reputable news source in Eorzea since the second Astral Era.
Oh, sorry. My heart lies with the Moogle post.
Oh.
I mean,
We'll go around Moogle post.
yeah, but the Crucible are cool, so I don't know. I like Moogle Post, but I don't know, Crucible. After that Jane Austen episode, I don't know. I don't know, my heart's tied.
I don't know, because I've never personally talked to the Crucible. I have read their magazine. Never personally talked, so I don't know who the fuck they are. They probably don't know who the fuck I am, to be fair. But hi, who? Fucking hell, I'm a cunt.
I love how you're just like, well, guys. Oh, jeez. All right, listen. I'll have to fix chat later because I don't know. It broke. I don't know why it broke, but it broke. So I apologize.
I blame the new Twitch.
Possibly. It's a possibility. It's possible. Sorry. So if you watch this on YouTube and can't read chat, you know, most of the time they don't.
Sorry, we blame Twitch.
Don't. I mean, Sephiroth's not gonna really add anything. Yay, Scarlet though. Yay, we broke chat. So there you go.
Yeah.
How? I haven't talked to you guys in a while. How's it going?
It's not been too bad, really.
All right. I know you've been dropping codes middle of the day.
Yeah, I got someone really angry at me. One of my friends, Bryzak on Twitter, showered at me because I was starting to drop minion codes randomly, which I'll do more often, by the way.
Yes, because you dropped Cryle and I scrambled for my phone. I was like, no, it's Cryle. I need her. And somebody had taken it. And
I even gave one away on shit recently.
Oh, did you?
Went into the chat, posted it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do one in this one.
Oh, shit.
You do say for Sephiroth, you add all of the things.
What is about to go down?
Say this Sephiroth.
Yo.
But yeah, I did drop some codes on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's been fun.
Paul, what about you, man? Oh, well, I was gonna say you just came back from a very special and final episode of Whispering Dawn.
Yeah, I was actually talking about you guys. Actually, Maelstrom Radio. We were talking about Johnny Falcon.
Yeah, Johnny Falcon.
I just posted some Johnny Falcons in the chat.
Sure did.
Yeah, it was their final. Well, I wouldn't say final ever episode. It's their final because of IRL stuff, and they can't do it because of IRL. You know, work, job, you know, all that bullshit of IRL. So they asked me to come on and guest host because obviously I was a part of Whispering Dawn. They were my first ever podcasting career. They was the one that got me into podcasting. And yeah, seeing them go, it's kind of sad. I do want to talk to fuck. I want to talk because I kind of want to get them to be remembered as a Final Fantasy 14 podcast because they were. I do want to talk to a couple of people who have like websites and stuff about that, just to put their name up there and say, look, this is their final episode. Let's just give them some love, And yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, so I don't know when that episode will actually go live, but if you've never listened to Whispering Dawn, before Maelstrom Radio was ever a thing, one of the very first podcasts I ever listened to was Whispering Dawn, and I did hear Paul early in his podcasting career. Whispering Dawn was right up there with Aetherite Radio, Limit Break Radio, Phoenix Down, Gather Together when I was looking for a podcast to listen to in the Final Fantasy 14 sphere, way before Shin and I ever sat down in front of everyone here and did this, whatever this is for you, whatever you. I don't know why you do listen to us, but thank you, we appreciate it. So
one of the only few fantasy podcasts I listen on a regular.
Thank you. Well, it's as I explained ourselves, I think we found a way to describe us thanks to part of the Crucible, part of Shin, part of some other people influencing kind of like what to describe Maelstrom Radio as, because Are we a news show? Sometimes. Are we a comedy podcast? Sure. Are we a Final Fantasy 14 podcast? All the time. And it's kind of a blender. So we were quoted as being professional shit talkers. That's probably right. I'm okay with that. And we mean that in the best way possible. Shin and I love this community and love this game. So when we do shit talk, we do. It's out of a place of love. Because you don't criticize something that's perfect. That's because that's almost spiteful. And Final Fantasy 14 is not a perfect game. We want it to be the best game possible, so we do criticize it. But we try to do it in a way where we hope you get the joke. Hopefully. If you don't get the joke, let us know. We kind of want you to get the joke.
That's the joke.
That's the joke.
I don't know how to describe anything anymore.
It's okay. Listen, your
What
show.
is Maelstrom?
What is
Moogle Around?
Well,
I've got no idea how we could describe Moogle Go Round. It's a chat show where we say words and then sometimes.
It's a chat show where you say words. Sometimes Brenda shows up. Sometimes Chili almost gets murdered.
Who knows what'll happen next week? It's like a soap opera then.
It is a little bit. It is. It is a little bit like a soap opera.
Nando's, you know.
Yeah. Have you gotten a Nando's spot? Listen, you guys talked about Nando's so much on your show. I almost want to tweet at Nando's. Like, do you know Moogle Go Around talks about Nando's so much that I'm pretty sure you've gotten new customers because of them. If anything, you get a free meal maybe out of it.
Technically, they did get a customer because Shin went to Nando's.
He did. He didn't like the customer service.
We
can't
can't control how they hire.
Wait a minute. Did you say that he went to Nando's then? It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it. It's Nando's.
It's Nando's.
It's perfect.
It's called a cheeky Nando's because, you know, you just...
It's cheeky?
Yeah, the customer service is shit, but the chicken's good, you know.
It's cheeky Nando's.
The customer service is shit, but the chicken is good. You just described like every great restaurant here in Florida. Like, you know, like the customer service is shit, but damn, the burrito is good. That's a good burrito. Yeah, you prep scrubs with your Nando's. Look at safe.
What does that mean? What the fuck is
Safe.
mean?
Safe. Safe is, I don't know. He's probably a chav, if anything. Maybe are you chav for safe? He's something. Don't listen to him.
You fucking better not be a chav, yeah, mate. You fucking come around, I'll bang your nan to next Tuesday outside Tesco's, you wanker.
You what, mate? You want to
What?
fight? Want me, bruh?
This is fucking England, mate. England is my city, innit, mate?
I just got a bunch of hooligans going on. Just wait a minute. Did you say you bang his gran outside of a Tesco's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I fucking say.
that's what a chapping would say with the white lightning.
Wait. Wow, this episode devolved real quick, real early.
Well, you got Moogle Go Round on. What do you expect?
Yeah, well, it devolved last week too when I did. So, if you didn't catch, because it's not live yet, I apologize. All right, so first of all, if you are trying to listen to our audio show, I'm having issues with our feed, and my feed guy, Shin, is currently on vacation, and I don't want to bother him, so I'm fixing it on my side, and I am fixing it on my time, and that is, Shin fixes it like that. I am not like Shin, and when I do fix it, it does go up, and I'm trying to figure it out. But I promise you, I am a DIY, pull my bootstraps up kind of punk, so I'll get it right, don't worry. So I believe up to episode 51, at least on the RSS feed on the Gamerscape content creator, so that's up. So 51 is on the feed. I don't know why it's not showing up. But I don't want to hit fix the feed again or nuke it until I have 52 up on the feed, and then I'm just going to put 53. If I do it all three of these at once, it's a lot easier and it doesn't hurt the feed. It's a thing, trust me. Podcast, there's a lot of work that I do behind the scenes and I don't get paid for it. So you guys know.
Wait, you get paid?
I don't. This
He
is,
gets paid in love.
I do. Something like that. Chili just dropped a Kryl minion in chat, so if you're in chat right now, you get a Kryl minion. So
Obviously not nicking it.
By the way, if you get it, say it because I'd like to know.
yeah. Oh yeah. Let us know. Let us know if you snag the Kryl minion, so we know that you got.
Because otherwise, flat as mine.
Yeah. Okay. I will take it. Listen, I'm trying to be a good host and let my audience grab Kryle. But don't let me grab. Maybe ask for maybe just don't grab Kryle. Maybe ask her first if she wants to be picked up. Maybe just don't run around grabbing Lalafels. That's probably rude on a lot of levels.
Nah, they like it.
Do they?
Actually, no, I am one.
All right.
Even though in real life, I like being a small little girl. I'm getting fat. Don't call the
You
police
can
on
pet, so I like to. My Lalafell likes being pet randomly.
me. You get that a lot being a Lalafell, though, don't you? Just random people just pet you for no good reason.
I'm learning so many things about Lalafels right now. Like you just come and pet me if you want. I can't tell if Lalafels are secretly like pervy little potatoes, and they're just like, yeah, come pet me.
Who do you think we are?
Wait, secretly.
Secret. Oh,
we're open about it.
I'm so sorry. I offended you with my secretly statement. Well, I guess I guess if you're gonna go to a Lalafell, I guess treat it like a baked potato. Rub it down in olive oil first, and throw some salt. throw some salt on it, and
then we'll fuck us in the ass.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh God. No, not my Lalafell.
No. Oh, okay. Well.
No. Just pet me. That's good enough.
Chili has a line. Paul may not. So I get as long as you guys don't look the same, it should be fine.
Yay.
Okay.
I mean, Sephiroth, Kryle's mine. He's all caps.
It's now his.
Yeah, he's probably got the biggest Kryle. I don't know what he has.
Please.
Oh,
Got a raging
well,
Kryle.
you can send all those Piddles. You can send all your Piddles to Moogle at Moogle around. And pictures. But no pictures of Piddles.
Let's mail piss.
Yeah, let's mail piss. But specifically to Moogle around, not to Maelstrom. Moogle around. Piddles. Well, you know what? I found the name for this episode. It's called Piddles, but so episode 53 will be called Piddles with Moogle. So so last time I was on your show, we discussed Brenda. We haven't heard from Brenda in a while. Brenda, if you didn't listen to episode 50 of or the 1 year episode of Moogle Around, go listen to that. It was called 1 Year of Beef. It was 10% Final Fantasy 14, 90% comedy podcast.
Yeah, mostly comedy than Final Fantasy. I swear, once the new stuff comes out, we'll talk more.
All right. Well, yeah, it's true, and that's the big thing right now. There's not a lot of content, so it's
we
hard.
do accept Piddles via PayPal, by the way, Scar.
Oh, okay.
Shit, we have a PayPal.
Oh shit. I mean, we accept Piddles here at Maelstrom Radio. You have to hit the sub button in the corner over that way. I think I'm that way maybe. Yeah.
It's some location on your screen.
No, it's the other way. There you go.
Yeah. Listen, it's on the screen. Hit the button. If you have Twitch Prime, that's free. That's gratis, and you get Johnny Falcon.
And isn't it half price right now due to the fact that it's sub?
It is.
Thingy.
It's September, by the way.
September.
So sub to your boys.
September.
Yeah. Listen, I will talk.
September.
If you get 10 subs, I'll do ASMR live on the show again.
Oh, can I join in that time? That was amazing.
Yeah, sure.
Yay.
Well, I'll give him a sneak peek. Just get right in the mic and just be like, "Welcome to Maelstrom Radio with Flatus and Chili." Do you know?
Dick milk.
Oh, wait.
That was a bit too loud.
Take a step back.
I'm DJ Dick Milk.
Wait, DJ Dick Milk? Tell me that's the DJ name you had.
I wish I knew how to DJ. The only thing I played was piano and saxophone.
Listen, I'm not saying that would be the greatest DJ name, but DJ Dick Milk, and he never like he just shows up on stage with a saxophone. Yeah.
This white stuff just comes out the saxophone.
Yeah.
And it's just milk.
It's like a Rammstein concert, except. Does anybody see that? No. A Guar maybe. So are you all right? So currently, Final Fantasy 14 is in a lull. Like we discussed,
What's
it's
Final
not.
Fantasy 14?
It's the good game that we're all of us content creators do and play and whatnot.
I'm fucking playing it. I've been playing Diablo for the past 4 days straight.
You're crazy. I did the Savage.
It's right, Chili. You were doing the Savage. How'd that go? Did you beat the Savage?
I beat OS3 this week.
Congrats.
Thank you. It was difficult, and I wanted to cry in the corner after winning.
Did you want
And
somebody
then
to
they
come and pet
wanted
you?
to do OS4, and then I ran off. I said
That's
no.
my chili.
There you go. Not today. I'm gonna
Not
go play.
today.
I'm gonna go play Destiny, start a clan, and force people to come play with me.
Damn right, that's what I did.
Yeah. Well, not wrong.
No, I beat the OS3. It was fun. I didn't get any drops, which sucked, but I got drops a week or so ago, so I'm not complaining too much. But the fact that we finally cleared it, and we're starting to get better at it, not weekly as well. I'm happy.
That's good. I mean, that's the important part. Like, right now, the episode's not out yet, but I was recently on Gather Together. But I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna tell you all the secrets about that show. But when that comes out, you might want to listen because Gather Together. Oh man, they just had their 100th.
Wait, is Gather Together the one that carried Klaus through all the primals? Extreme primals. Oh, yeah.
Go on.
Those guys.
Go on.
They never return my messages.
Never. They asked me to be. Listen, as much as like you guys asked me to be on your 1 year anniversary, they asked me to be on their 100th episode, and I'm like, why am I like
fuck me? We're getting fucking one up by one
Yeah.
that has more subs, more lists. I can't be dealing with this.
So if you want me on any sort of special, on any sort of special edition of your podcast, have me on, I guess, because everybody likes Gladys for that reason. But we talked about the sentiment of the game right now, it being that it's not. I mean, to be honest, on my side, Garuda Gang, most of our FC's checked out. They're like not online. They're playing WoW. I can see them because they're Discord. They're playing WoW. They're playing Diablo. They're playing Destiny. Kane in chat. It's my babe. Hi, Flatus. Hey, Kane.
Hey,
Safe. When we inevitably run out of our own when we inevitably run our own podcast, you're invited to be the first episode, Flatus, unless we can get at this. I love that.
Wow.
No, that's fine, because essentially what they're saying is like, hey, Ethis then Flatus. So
I know that's what I'm like. No one's like that with Paul. Everyone fucking loves Chili. He's a fucking whore. He's like, I just want that. I'm just like,
I am the bike. Everyone gets a turn.
I may cut that out and put that on the soundboard. I am the bike. Everybody gets the turn.
What about me, Safest? Would you take me over anyone over LBR? Because if you say over Scally, you're wrong.
Scally is great. I would love to have a Scally on our show. Bahamut wouldn't be able to. Bahamut wouldn't be able to remain professional if they were there. It's true. I've hung out with Bahamut. I've had Bahamut here. What is?
I think people don't want me to be on their podcast for one reason. I say cunt a fucking lot, and they don't want the cunt to be on their show.
To be fair, now if you're listening to this and you're like, "Hey, wait a minute, he said a bad word," Over across the pond, the C word has a very less degree of what like here in yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, in the States here, like when you say that, they're like, the C word. But like, you know, when you say it over there, it's like everyone drops. I'm pretty sure the Queen's dropped the C word. I'm sure she dropped, like, she had a corgi in her hand and a cup of tea, and she spilled some tea on her leg, and she's like, cunt! And like, she dropped the corgi.
Oh no, she's like, God damn it! God damn it! It's kind of funny because, you know, I love making jokes about the Queen, even though, you know, Lord and Savior, she is the Queen of England. It's like, God damn it, Philip! You're supposed to put your dick in my cunt, not you! Not the fucking waiter, you piece of shit! You know, it's the fucking Queen. No, I bet the Queen has had more sex than any American.
Man, this changed topic quickly.
Wow, this took a hard left.
That's because I'm left-handed, that's why.
Man,
It's like after
Kane, my main is on Lewis well.
Yeah, his alt is on Famfrit.
His alt is everywhere. He has multiple of them. They're just like in little places.
They're like orgasms.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, no, they're orgasms and nobody's seen them.
I like how now I turn into an orgasm. Like, yeah, I'm spouting around here. I'm over there. Oh, look, I'm up the Queen's vagina. You know, the right turn for the worst today.
I want to point out that Chili just said the male multiple orgasm is a myth. Therefore, Paul's multiple orgasm alts are a myth. Kane Thorbreaker, I'm coming to Famfrit Flatus. Look at that. Kane's coming to Famfrit. Are you? Wait a minute. Are you?
Wait.
Hold on. Are you leaving Phoenix Down Radio? I'm not saying I'm not stealing. I want to note that Maelstrom Radio and Gruder Gang and all its properties are not stealing anybody from. Oh, okay, no, okay, no, okay. He's like, no, I low key G quit. I'm coming over. He didn't say that. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
For the greater good.
Yes, he's like, I heard. No, I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going on I don't even know what's going on over on. Famfrit is preferred.
He prefers Famfrit.
It is the Portland of servers. So, you know.
I'm gonna Google what that means.
Portland. Portland is. I don't know. Portland's weird, right? Portland's like pretty weird joint. It's a city, and it's full of like weird folk and like not weird in a bad way. It's like
Portland. So it's like most of England then.
A little, like most. But Portland's weird in a good way. Like they have like weird, like they have voodoo donuts. They have like weird
voodoo donuts.
Yes, yeah. Go check them out. Like go Google voodoo donuts and you'll thank me. Yeah, it's got weird art all over the place. It's I don't know. It's hipstery, but not.
It's basically the chav of America.
Kinda.
Maybe.
Oh my god, they look amazing.
Right?
What?
Yeah, my favorite is the little voodoo doll one. It's got a little pretzel stick through his heart and like jelly, raspberry jelly coming out of his chest.
Yeah, I saw that first. Oh my god, the old dirty bat.
What? The old dirty bat? What?
The old dirty.
like
I tried to be the one that swears.
Oh, is it the old dirty? Oh, the old dirty bastard, like the rapper.
There we go. I tried to be the one that doesn't swear.
You could say ODB if you are a fan of
ODB.
There you go.
But it has peanut butter.
That's right. You're allergic,
I can't
right?
eat it now.
You're allergic, right?
Yeah, I'm allergic.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Actually,
that's for you, ODB. Anybody watching that live is just like, did he just like send out some love to ODB? Yeah, wherever you are right now, ODB. You know, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. What can I'm a Wu-Tang. Listen, I like Wu-Tang Clan. I can't. Listen, if I was gonna start another FC on another server, I'd probably call it the Wu-Tang Clan and have nothing but like ninjas and monks in it.
So I'll start with the bait.
And samurai.
What about ninjas?
He said ninjas and monks.
So
Nice.
let's get in on that business.
I would say with the bacon maple bar. That looks amazing.
Right? We're just looking up donuts now, guys. It's real here. It's good.
It's food. Move around.
So I will say this, like I just got a message from one of my FC mates. He's like, I think I'm the only person still playing Final Fantasy. I was like, Shin's on vacation, first of all, friend, because I know he'll listen to this later. So you know, D, you're Shin is on vacation. I am currently doing this, and I probably will log in because I want to do some PvP. Because you know, did you just say Garuda Gang clan ain't nothing to fuck with? Well, it's probably not.
Garuda Gang is the shit.
It is. It is the shit. So what else? Like, I mean, Chili, I know you've been playing Destiny. You've been playing Final Fantasy. Is there anything else you're playing? I mean,
I haven't played it yet, but Final Fantasy 9 has just been re-released for the PS4 with trophies.
It has, and it has trophies, and you get a theme with it, and the theme's cool. Yeah.
And you get some avatars actually as well.
Do get avatars. Now, see, I have it on Steam. I don't know if the PlayStation 4 version is the Steam version, and I don't want to get it twice.
It is the Steam version.
Oh, okay, then. I don't want to get it twice.
Yeah.
I already have it. Yeah, there's no point. Shit or shite? Good question.
Why can't it be both?
Yeah, yes. The answer is yes. So, I mean, on a personal level, I mean, if we took a look, I'm gonna ask you guys a serious Final Fantasy 14 related question, so be prepared. I mean, how do you guys feel about the content cycle right now? I mean, granted, yeah, we knew the expansion launched in June, and it's about right. Like, but do you feel like the expansion had enough at the beginning? Like, when and Paul, you've played Legion. Like, I know you're a fellow MMO player, so I know you played Legion as well. And I think you played Legion at launch, correct?
Yep.
All right. Not that we're trying to compare WoW to Final Fantasy 14, but I'm just using it because both Paul and I have played that. Do you think that there was enough content, like when Legion came out versus when Stormblood came out? Do you think there's enough content there for both? Like, do you think Legion launched with way more content than Final Fantasy did, and therefore like WoW had less of a drop off like before the next patch, which was like 7.1? So how do you feel? Like, do you think there was enough content at our launch of our expansion versus like a Legion?
Well, Legion was kind of different because obviously Legion had a hell of a load, way more content than how Final Fantasy did, because they got obviously their weapons, you know, they got their artifact weapons, you know, we still haven't got our relic weapons yet, you know, so there's nothing to really farm, you know, the raids I think were out straight away if I remember, you know, and there was just a whole lot of content because you also had to do world quests and all that, you know, and there was different parts. There was a whole, you know, there was like 4 or 5 selections you actually had to do. You know, there was way more. You know, you couldn't sit for it for just one day. You know, like you could with Final Fantasy. You know, it took me a day to do all of it. Well, it didn't, but it did. It took other people, you know, one day to just do, you know, the whole expansion. You know, they leveled up 7, even though we did have, you know, fucking what's it, roll ban extreme.
Yep.
Because, you know, shoddy game devs and server malfunction. But you know, I see it as like, yeah, like we got content, but now we haven't got really that much content until 4.1. So I would say, yeah, WoW had a way more of more content than Final Fantasy did.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree with you. Like, not that, and yet again, I don't know, man. It's hard to blame devs for DDoS. Listen, Shin and I even said it on our show when we found out it was DDoS. We didn't blame Square for that. We blamed the DDoS attacks for that stuff. And Rob on or not, like really the question was about the content that we have now. safe, and I've been told by other RP, like I've been hanging out with the RP community, but when I mean I hang out with the RP community, but hang out with the Crucible and the Musecast, and they're like, I find it fascinating that they're creating their own content for the game through their own storylines and things they've written, and that blows my mind. Like I want to crack that walnut wide open here live one episode on Maelstrom Radio, because I find that fascinating. I find that the roleplay community is not bored or not feeling the lull as hard as maybe we are, because they can supplement other things into their gameplay. Now, Safe Rot said it best. We're creating our own content because the game's content can be lacking.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole point of RP, is because RPers are that much creative in their sense that most of them have wide imaginations. You know, like yes, some people that play MMORPGs, they don't have that much imagination. You know, they're just like, oh yeah, that story was fun. Oh, now just to farm or do other content. That's why I respect RPers, because they have that wide imagination to create such stuff. And I have watched a lot of RPing, you know, if it's Dungeons and Dragons. You know, Dungeons and Dragons, most of them are Dungeons and Dragons players. You know, they have these imaginations that just run wild. They can create stuff just like that, just for a night, you know. And that's why I give them that. That's amazing.
Yeah, true. As well, and being a Dungeons and Dragons player myself, I get that. But see, I can't make that connection. It's such a weird thing. So you know, it's weird. Although, I'm not trying to let cat out of bag, but you know, if you'd be interested in a Final Fantasy 14 D&D style game, hit me up. hit me up. I got.
Same on playing D&D.
Hit me up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
in my last Savage, we were playing some D&D on a weekend as well. My last Static, it was fun.
Yeah,
we should grab people from like different podcasts or different content creators, and we should make a D&D group and put it up on Twitch. The community is growing in together.
I can't say anything because I'm not the one technically coordinating a lot of it. I'm just, all I am is I'm a consultant. I'm a consultant at best. That's all I can say. I'm a consultant. All I'm saying is pay close attention to your content creators. Maybe some that have been on the show in the last 2 episodes. If it's not Moog around, it may be the last episode. Just hint, drop name.
Well, it's not gonna be us, guys. I can say that for now. I'll give you a hint. Yeah. It's not us. We don't get any.
Wink. I'm not saying it's even done yet, or do we have like things or players? But wink. Anyway,
can I bring my idea on the contents?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Chili.
Like, I think the amount of content was fine for the expansion, but the problem was they played it incredibly safe. We were so used to doing the dungeon grind and so forth, to the raid, and there was nothing new in this expansion that make it different to make us want to keep playing after we've done pretty much a patch, in my opinion. Yeah, it was more than a patch content-wise, but the actual content of it was what we would normally find in a patch.
I agree with you. I think that they played their cards really close to their chest. I feel like, I know, I mean, when Yoshi P made the statement, and I've said this on the show plenty of times, like, hey, we're developing new content that's never been seen in an MMO before. Guess what? You want to launch your game with that content. That's the first. You want to come out the gate swinging with that content. You want to show people, like, this is why we're taking away a dungeon,
or at least show something. Not just go, oh, this is the newest, greatest content that we've ever made, and you've never seen anything like it. By the way, you'll have to wait 6 and 7 months before you can see a screenshot of it. But it's the greatest ever.
Listen, I don't get me wrong, the new PvP looks great. I can't wait to play Gundam or Evangelion, whatever you want to call it. I can't wait to do that.
Power Rangers.
I can't wait to do Voltron.
I want to summon the Megazord.
I know. I'm going to be out there with my green.
I'm thinking about living up Bard just so I can pretend to do that. Yeah,
be the Green Ranger and play the flute.
Yeah.
This is your dragon.
Look, no one's being the Green Ranger because I am. I am the IRL one.
I'll be the white. I'll be the White Ranger and summon the White Tiger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, I agree with both of you. I'm like, WoW doesn't play it safe. Like, they're like, hey, listen, fuck it. We'll just daily quests are out the door. Here's world quests. Have this.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They have the money to do that.
But all right,
money left behind.
Regardless, yeah, true. I mean, I do realize it is a money thing. It is a capital thing. But at the same time, like, they are going to try to develop new things, but I would think like, hey, listen, here's one new piece of content, or at least what Chili said, hey, here's like really what they need to do for the next Scarlet said my name is actually Tom, Green Ranger is mine. You may have to fight him, Paul.
We're all fighting for Green Ranger.
I am that green, my pubes are green, motherfucker.
Oh god,
TMI.
TMI. I think you need to go see a doctor. That doesn't sound healthy.
I know. They actually died.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh.
I mean.
No.
Oh no. This is... Yeah. I need ground. I need ground control. Can. So. I mean, you're right. Like right now, like they didn't even show off Eureka on the last live letter. Like they need to show off Eureka this live letter. They have to.
You just read my mind. I was gonna say we didn't even see, even on the new website we haven't got Eureka.
No, we haven't. Like this next live letter really needs to focus on like, hey, this is Eureka. Hey, this is Ivalice. And they really need to step up their game. Like I guess there's also going to be an Alliance dungeon as well. That they're really like. Don't get me wrong. I'm down. Alliance dungeon. 2 snaps, you got to win from me. All right, like that's cool. That's a piece of content I'd like. But you need to step up the cool. Like where's my hand? Step it up. Like here's the bar. It's down here. You need to go up.
You need to push it.
Push it real good.
That's why the Eureka's going to be pushed. It's a problem with that. So if Eureka's pushed to 4.2, that means the Relic is pushed to 4.2, and that'll kill even more content.
I now want to create 2 Lollifells named Salt and Peppa, and oh wait, 2 cat girls named Salt and Peppa. Hold on, cat girls makes sense. Hold on, cat girls named Salt and Peppa, and then make an FC called Push It, and then
just good. Push it real
just
good.
Yeah, but like that.
God, no? We're showing our ages.
Yeah,
just show pictures of Yoshi P.
Yeah. We're all old. All right. And so that being said, like the content, I mean, I feel like, I mean, I'm not the only one. Like, and I know I'm not the only one because Paul's playing Diablo. Chili, I know you're splitting your time between doing the Savage and other games and streaming other games.
And Xenoverse.
And Xenoverse. I the content creator streamers and my, you know, I say this from a place of love. Most of you are playing other games as well. When you do log in for Final Fantasy XIV, it used to be like, hey, we're doing Final Fantasy XIV tonight. But now it's, hey, we're doing Final Fantasy XIV and. Because you don't want to separate your content from what your bread and butter is. And your bread and butter for most of you is Final Fantasy XIV. My bread and butter, and when I say bread and butter, I mean the no money I'm getting, is still Final Fantasy XIV. I still discuss Final Fantasy XIV. I discuss it in a smart, comedic way, hopefully. Scarlet in chat.
Smart part when you had me.
Yeah, I know. No, that's not true. Scarlet in chat. I wouldn't be surprised if they release Relic in 4.15 and have the first step be unrelated to Eureka to pass the time in 4.1. Scarlet, I play Final Fantasy 14 every night still. Haters gonna hate. Listen, it's not I hope that's not geared towards me because it's not. I'm really honestly trying not to come from a place of hate when I say this. But everyone's going to play the game in their own way. Like, Scarlet, you're playing leveling alts and other tunes and other classes, and, like, you know what's fun for you. And I've even saw you on Twitter say, like, you're not even worried about doing raiding content. You're just having more fun leveling. If you're finding fun in the game, absolutely go for it.
And to be honest, it might not even just be content drought. You might. Right now, I'm just a little bit burnt out from the game because I did play a lot. I know, probably when the next pack, I'll be really excited again. Even if the content is complete and utter crap, I will still be excited because I've had my little breather from the game.
Yeah, and for me, if Eureka looks fantastic, if they show it off and show that it's not Fates, listen, I may need to go see a doctor because it'll be longer than 4 hours if you catch my drift. So,
Oh my!
Hey.
Oh my!
Oh.
so, you know, if you see a tweet for me at the emergency room, just know why. If it's during around the time of the live letter and Eureka pops up and it's been like 4 hours later, you're like, hey, I'm at the emergency room. Just know why I'm there. It's not because a banana spider bit me. If you don't know what that means, go look up the banana spider.
You know, like,
Don't talk about bananas because that's one joke with my static where we've got a person in our static called Yanni, and we
Yeah.
joke about her having frozen bananas. Yeah, she loves her bananas. She loves them.
Like
I'm
in
not
a
gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let that go.
She loves her bananas.
My mind's telling me no.
My body. Copyright strike.
Is telling me oh shit.
bananas out for Harambe.
Oh, fucking hell. Old memes.
Oh yeah, old memes.
We can
I
get
was
one of them.
gonna do this meme, but then I took banana to the knee.
Oh.
Fucking god.
I don't know. I was gonna say, hey, you've heard of Elf on a Shelf, but get ready for I don't know. See, not many things rhyme with what banana.
Banana.
Yeah, I was gonna say banana on your nana. Maybe. This got real silly real quick. Anyway.
Anyway,
I was actually trying to be serious and I was saying the bananas. Oh no.
Oh wait, hold on. Scarlett corrected me. I'm still running Savage though. See, Scarlett's having fun. I'm not.
God, did you see the fact I finally beat OS3? Yay! I'm bragging because it's the best I'll ever do in this game. Yay.
It's that's why I'm doing PvP because that's the best I'll ever do.
Hey, you're amazing. That I've seen you do some in-game content, Flash. You're really good. Don't insult yourself like that.
It's because I only do one class and that's Dark Knight. And I do it fantastic. I do, like, listen, I don't toot my own horn a lot, but when it comes to Dark Knight, there are Dark Knights and then there's me, and I play that class like a god. Like I'm never proud of anything usually. I'm proud of this, but like my game skills, I'm fighting games. If I have a fight stick, because right now I'm gonna reach over for my Xbox controller so I can show it on screen. Like this sucks for fighting games, and I give myself carpal tunnel, and I don't like it. So I need to get a fight stick again, so I can be good at Tekken again. But that being said, Kane's Kane, you're gonna have to buy me a lot of alcohol and dinner.
Wait, is that all to toot your horn?
He said I'll toot your horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is that how much you go for?
A lot of alcohol and dinner?
Yeah, a lot of alcohol and food. But I said, you know,
maybe I need to back it. Maybe I need to reverse this. Hold on.
I think you should back it up.
Yeah, back it up.
Put it in your mouth.
It's not.
Wow. I think that's the wrong one to play in that one.
Don't wake the snake.
Don't wake it. Don't wake it.
Can we get the wizard one? That's my favorite.
Yeah, sure. All right. Just for chili. We'll do.
Get in touch with your wizard.
Get in touch with
That
the
is
wizard.
my favorite sound clip.
It is.
We shall
Chili.
discuss it for the next FanFest, Kane.
I would love if you secretly brought up seducing me on Phoenix Down Radio, like slowly throughout the chat, like they're asking you a question, you're just like, you know, it'd be interesting if that also seduced Flatus, and just like low key played it and be like, what? And just play and just keep talking and then like just keep talking normally. Just listen, I'm not trying to find ways to mess with Klaus, but that may be one. Like secretly I don't know if you know this, but when on the last episode I showed up in chat. We didn't. All right. So Safe didn't know if he was going to be on your last episode or not. So the whole idea was that I was going to be in chat just to ask Brohamit where Safe was, so that he could say, hopefully having a threesome. But since Safe showed up, I was like, I'm gonna go and nuke Safe again because I love pushing the Ishgard topic because I baited him into talking about it last episode through the Choose Your Own Adventure. Because if you missed that, so
Wasn't he supposed to be on the Ferris wheel as well?
Yep.
Yes, I was paying attention.
So, you know, everybody seduce Flatus.
Don't worry, Ash, I'll try and do it in the next Phoenix Down Radio.
Yeah, it's not. Maybe not. Let's not seduce me.
Let's do. Yeah.
You sipping my soupe, Guadalupe?
Yeah. No, guys? Sipping my soup egg Guadalupe?
I don't get that one.
No.
Nah.
Now you listen to me, you sick son of a bitch.
Alright, I'll make.
My lawyer.
Making my head spin. How many activities we can do?
Yeah, how many activities? I better stop with the.
I think we've got to stop you now.
I know, we have to. Like, I'll just go all day.
Oh, well, see, that's why I still got to see that doctor.
I know. Well, we should be going back and talking about what this show's about.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy.
Final
Yes!
Fantasy. Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy. So yeah, no. I mean, the sentiment's real with most people I've talked to in this the content creators group. I don't know what this is, or the content creators I've talked to, and then other people.
There's a
like
group?
There is a group. It's us.
I was like, am I even a part of this group? I don't get emails or.
Technically, I don't know. Hold on.
I'm not. Am I? Just give it to me straight, boy.
Technically, I'll tell you after the show. But there is a group, and I think you're on. Are you not in that Discord group with?
I'm not even in the Discord.
I'll link you into that
let's
after this.
Come
After
on,
this.
Come on, Chili. No, we're done with Final Fantasy. Now we retire. I'm out.
Around
Maybe not
edge
Chili,
now.
but I will. Yeah. Bye.
Oh no. But listen, I know you're on the website that group is a part of, because Klaus puts you in. So there is a content creators Discord. There is a content creators Discord. I'll get you in. Don't worry. It's not a social club. It's honestly any content creator that should be in there should be in there. If you didn't get invited, I'll make sure you're in there. Old Papa Flatus. Everything is all right.
Thank you, Flatus.
You're welcome. So yeah, we kind of discussed a little bit of the drought, or no, I'm sorry, I don't want to say drought, but the unseemingly, like, there's maps, there's the rating, but even like even let's say you finish the rating, like people could have finished rating already, like they could have geared out and been done with it, or gotten and gotten everything. They have booze and hookers. They have punch and pie actually. They thought more people would show up if there was punch and pie in the Discord.
Yeah, the pie would take me in. I don't like alcohol, so.
Yeah, see? It's business networking. It is business. It is really more networking. It's boring. It's not boring. Anyway, so that being said, is there a piece of content, I'm going to ask you guys, that you want to see in Final Fantasy 14? Is it something that we haven't been shown yet? Maybe we'll see it in the next live letter. Or is there a piece of content you know that's in another game that's like, hey, this works really well in this game? Doesn't even have to be in another MMO. Chile, I know you've been playing a lot of Destiny 2. Is there something in Destiny 2 or a different game? It's like, man, I wish we had this in Final Fantasy 14 because it would work well there.
Well, I'll have to give this a think. Actually, I don't know, because Final Fantasy has a lot of. I don't really play many MMOs, to be honest. I played 11 and 14 and a bit of EverQuest.
So all right, so here's a question. Going back, I'm gonna pin that question. Paul, do you have any? Did Paul die?
I think we killed Paul.
Paul, did you die? Did we kill Paul? Hold on. Paul, did I not? Did he post a message and I didn't? Let me check. Hold on. No. Nope. Paul. All right, Paul's dead. So I'm going to ask you the question, and when Paul gets. I'm not sure where Paul went.
Well, I kind of missed the tourist monsters in a way, and whatever the H was in HNM as well. Yeah, world monsters that were like hunts, but actually useful. Wish hunts actually dropped gear.
So all right, so that's a big point of contention, right? So like World Quest and WoW drop gear. Sometimes you get a chance at a legendary item, which is kind of dope. So those are cool. Paul Metal, I got drink and food. If you left to go get, I don't know what. All right, Paul.
Look, I'm upset. When I get upset, I need to eat.
I'm so sorry. I didn't listen. I said I'd get you in. It's not. Listen, it's okay, baby.
We love you.
Yeah.
And you got me. Who cares about him?
I've
That's
got
fine.
Maryland cookie bites, chocolate chip and caramel. I'm gonna sit here and get diabetes.
Oh no.
I don't know.
That's maybe no.
Maybe no on that part.
No
I mean,
doubt.
I have these donuts that are sugar coated, but
These guys have donuts. All right, so Chili.
These are fucking lush.
what do you say, Flash?
So is there a piece of content like from EverQuest or from like a Final Fantasy 11, like you said, the ancient the world monsters that dropped gear? I mean, would you like to see that stuff back in like do you or here? I gotta like all of a sudden the slew of questions popped in my head, so let's take them one at a time. Do you think that they should attempt to make change up hunt so that maybe it starts dropping better gear, like they're instead of these tokens for just minions in glamour?
Well, to be fair, I would like them to actually drop, as well as just the book. Just even if they drop minions as well themselves, the hunts. Right now, I know there's some of them drop music, and I don't think any, but it's just like once you've started, I know you could use it to upgrade your gear, but unless you're doing Savage, you're not going to really need to upgrade your gear. And if you're doing Savage, you're going to get the upgrades from Savage anyway. I mean, 9 and 10 aren't, 1 and 2, sorry, aren't exactly hard.
They're not.
And that's coming from me, and I'm a scrub, so.
I actually have a thing from this.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So you're basically asking like what from other MMOs? No, look, I had a tablet. I went to go get food because I had a tablet. But the one thing I want to see from Final Fantasy, this has been in like obviously in Diablo because I have been playing Diablo 3. But I want different, like you can build your class different. There's different builds for it. That's what I want in the game. You could build, I don't know, like a DPSy paladin or in a pure tank. That's what I kind of want. Like a way where I can just mix, like get all these different types of loot, but I can make my character or class just really different. How this could be a tank, this could be a healer, this could be a DPS, and they can be different.
I got what you're saying. So for example, like if they did something where at least could spice up the classes, like I know they'd have to still feel fiery Final Fantasy-esque, but it wouldn't necessarily kill the game to add maybe flair to those classes a little bit, or give us a little more options.
While he was saying that, it brought me one of the things I would love from 11 then, merit points. Because once you reach your max level on Final Fantasy, that's it, you're done. Your eye levels, and that's about it. You're done with your job. With 11, once you reach your 675, you start earning merit points. You could then put those merit points into different stats and abilities to increase their stuff past 75.
So it would be less worried, less reliant on gear, and more reliant on the stats.
It's just like some bonus extra stuff that you could add, like you could decrease your timers for certain abilities by putting merit points.
Yo.
Yeah, but then you have to think about, like there has to be a lot of balancing as well. So they have to increase the bosses a lot more.
I mean, all right, let's say, oh yeah, you're right. There is a balancing thing with that, of course. But if they said, hey, listen, like, there instead of it like you could cap them and still get it. Like, let's say if you could max them all out, right? And every patch.
11, you couldn't cap everything out. You have 7 stats. Each stat could have 5 points, but you can only have 10 in that category. So you have to decide which ones you wanted to put in.
Okay. So like, let's say if Tank was proficient in one thing, you'd want to max it out at least, or like put half of them in that one thing, and maybe in your secondary. All right, I see what you're saying. All right, yeah, that makes sense. That's a possibility. Like, people like customization of their classes. There's nothing wrong with that. WoW still has that technically, with how you can build a tank, and you're like, they have multiple, like, say when you're for example, Chili, when you're or I can even use Destiny as an example. You know how Destiny, there's when you play Titan, you could be the hammer or the I can't remember the class names.
The defender, the hammer, and the striker.
Striker, yeah. It's the same concept. Like, it's still under, like, they're all still tanks, but they're all very or I'm sorry, there's still like a warrior, for example, in WoW, where it's like, oh, but one does DPS, but with two-handed weapons. Specs, thank you. They're all specs under one class. So WoW having, unless it's a druid and it's like 5, I think. Druids have 5 or 4.
4 now.
4.
Didn't
So
one.
yeah.
Well, merit points didn't really change your stats that much, so they were nice little bonuses, but they wouldn't give you a huge advantage. You maybe have like Sentinel might be like 6 seconds faster than someone who didn't put any points into it. It wouldn't completely change your gameplay.
Yeah, but that's what I want. I want something like spice it up as well. Like
the problem with spicing up is that's when you start hitting that's when they've got to start working on which the mechanics wise, because if someone's completely gone DPS, then they got that's when you're going to hit the mechanics issues.
So, oh no, they've reached over 9,000.
It's over 9,000.
I would like to have specializations because I want a dragoon to tank.
It wouldn't.
I want to see a dragoon tank.
But the oh god, word I forgot now. The Trinity.
The Trinity. Oh god, the Trinity.
The Trinity.
The Trinity. I mean,
save the Trinity.
Does the Trinity really matter with when we're gonna start being able to level our squad to go into dungeons anymore? Because then we just go in with our squad, and we can glamour our squad at level.
By the sounds of things, our squads are complete noobs.
Yeah, but we can glamour them though.
I know, but yeah,
my sassy squad.
Like little dolls that we can glamour.
Yeah, they're my sassy squad. My sass squad.
My sass squad.
My sass squad. Thought squad. And I mean, the way I see it, right, and it's not like I've been talking about MMOs for the last 4 years on podcasts, but the way I see it is that they're making a lot of front end changes still to the low end game, like the beginner side of the game now. And I said here on the show many of times, like, you've put in Palace of the Dead, you're put in I know they already said they were working on the squad, so I gave them that, but you need to start concentrating on your end game and your higher level stuff. Like, you have the Palace of the Dead in place, perfect. You have the old school map system, perfect. You have the new map system and you're going deeper with the maps, perfect. But
I must admit, I hate that people think that's a new feature. Really, the map.
It's not. It's not.
Remember the unhidden maps that you could get from the previous ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these are like extra maps that take you deeper into like, oh, it's like, well, people didn't really like the hidden maps, but these maps will take you deeper into the bowels of El Diablo.
Go to the deepest.
Yes, you get the deepest part of the. There's more doors. I love that there's 3 doors, and like there's 3 doors now. It's spooky, spectacular. I mean, and I've said this on other shows, but recently, that there are other MMOs still coming out. Like I'm not, and I say this like yet again from a place of love. Pantheon is going to come out. That's Brad McQuaid's new game. Brad McQuaid being one of the original creators of EverQuest 1. And that's his new game, and he's going for an old school style of MMO where the focus is on partying up with people. The minimum of people you need to play with in that game at least is 2 people, because the world is going to be dangerous.
I miss that so much.
And Brad McQuaid knows that. He knows that to a T. He's like, there's gonna be like, he showed off a picture called the Mad Wizard's Tower. I was like, I don't know what that is, but I want to go there so bad. When you tell me there's a world explorable and there's the Mad Wizard's Tower, and he's like, you can go there, I'm like, I want to go there.
That's one of the reasons why I loved 11 so much. In fact, almost more than 14 still, because there was that sense of exploration, unlike 14 where, oh, you found this area, congratulations, you can now just teleport here. 11, yeah. You had to walk your way there. You had to sneak past monsters that would one-shot you. I mean, I remember the first time you went to Juneau after leveling up in the dunes. You could get slaughtered getting there, and you had to go there because that was where the next place to level is.
And to be honest, like, I think a lot of people miss that. I don't think people miss, like, and when people say they miss old school MMOs, or like, oh, people just want 11 and 14, I don't think that's what Chili wants. I don't think that's definitely what Paul wants. It's definitely what not I want. I only played a little bit 11. I played more EverQuest and WoW than I did 11. But I will say this: there are parts of old school MMOs, right, that worked really well. And one of those things was exploration. Oh, yeah. Exploration in the world was phenomenal. I loved exploring worlds because that's the world you live in. You want it to feel real. You want there to be a sense of mystery in the universe that you're playing in, so that you go and search for things.
I want to go out and look for. I want to beat it. That's in 14. I log in and I stay at my house, and then I do stuff on the duty finder. That's about it. I want to have a reason to go out and explore and meet people and talk to them and do content with other people. I'm just sitting in my house, clicking duty finder, waiting a few minutes. Oh look, it's popped. Let's go in. Okay, good. That was fun.
I may be crazy when I say this, so bear with me, chat, and Paul and Chili. Final Fantasy XIV does not balance both things. It does not. It balances to one. It leans to one side. It leans on the people that don't have enough time to play MMOs. It doesn't push on the other side. The people now, people are gonna say, well, what about static rating? Well, they made rating easier, right? OS the Savage rating I don't think is that tough. I've seen people clear it with pugs.
If I can beat it, anyone can beat it.
It's really just putting the time. Like I don't know how much time it would need to go in, but I don't think it's as much time as the older rating that needed to be done.
We run about 4 hours a week.
That's not a lot. Like, I mean, like for like if you look at like old school like EQ rating groups where it's like you had to get 72 people to show up, and it's like, listen, I hope no one's going to work tomorrow because we're staying up to 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So, like,
time,
yeah, but like, don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying that I want back, because that is a pain in the ass to do. But there, like that sense of exploration, that sense of danger in the world. Like this is what LBR. This is what a lot of like. I could give two shits about glamour. Would I be great at? Hold on a second. Would I be great at glamour? Oh fuck yes, because mom didn't raise no fool. Mom taught me how to put a fucking outfit together. So 2 snaps, all right. Listen, I know how to clean up. So my character could glamour. I can glamour the shit out of my character, and I will do it flawlessly. But it doesn't interest me. What interests me is exploring the world. Like I'm an explorer. When I play an RPG, I explore every freaking nook and cranny of an RPG because I want to find all the hidden chests. I want to find the hidden bosses. I want to find the hidden quests. That interests me. MMO should be that. Final Fantasy XIV should be that. There should be that sense of, hey, I should get out of my housing ward. I should not have to. There is a piece of gear, right, that looks fantastic, and it only drops off this crab or this thing, and I have to go find it. But it's going to take 8 people in our alliance raid to go out there and kill it, and that's cool. And it maybe has a low drop rate. Now they're doing this with Ixion and the Fox Lady, and they're starting to do that stuff, and that's cool. But do more of it. Put secret things in the world. Put hidden things in the world. Make the world explorable. Make the world make me want to explore the world that you're building.
I want to be able to find stuff that maybe someone else hasn't found yet. Really, I know that's hard.
It is, but is it?
Well, it's hard nowadays because the internet's so large compared to what it used to be with stuff like EverQuest and Fantasy 11.
True, but I mean, WoW's doing it right now. Like they did the pony, right? Like this new pony. Now it's your choice to go on at the end of the day, it's everybody's choice to go on the internet and find secrets out and find the answers. But they put a new pony, a new mount in the game that you start a quest and it's all puzzles to solve it. And you can go online. I love puzzles. I was starting to click through them. I'm like, the very first one's an anagram for the date they dropped Ulduar, and I was like, I gotta go to Ulduar. And I was like, that's cool though.
It is though. That's what I want. That's what everyone, you have a place to explore. There's like puzzles, There's like cave systems. There's like a puzzle to like another dimension or a new underground thing. Everyone wants it. It's exploration. It's fascinating.
Paul, you were around when the launch of Legion. Remember when people discovered that there were like this clickable book? And they found out there was 5 of them in the world. Like it wasn't like, hey, the internet worked. People went to the internet to work together to figure out that there was multiple books. And because somebody's like, Reddit blew up because they figured out, and then you had to like coordinate people clicking the books in the right order. and it summoned a world boss that both the Alliance and Horde had to go run out and click, and anybody who was there and defeated that world boss got a mount. That is cool.
Amazing.
But it wasn't known. Like, people just were just out looking about, seeing the world, because there was stuff hidden in it.
All I know is if I was just a randomer nearby and I saw that world boss, I'd be like, "Oh God, what is this?"
I mean,
it was coming to an end.
You should see that boss, Chili. It's pretty creepy looking. It's like a weird it's a big weird crustacean monster.
Oh, is it a crab? Oh God, my nightmares. I'm
It's
afraid of them.
remember you saw One Punch Man, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of, remember the very first episode where the lobster man?
God, I had nightmares over that.
Yeah, it's kind of like Lobster Man, except more crustacean and less man and less underwear.
Wow.
So. I love
Burn
that.
it with fire.
I mean, a lot of people did. and you got a sweet jellyfish mount. Yeah, everybody wants to ride on a jellyfish.
They're the ugly looking wolf things.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a lot of it too. Like, Shin had said, "Hey," and he asked me if I can't remember the name of the dungeon because it's been a long time, but Shin would remember because like EQ2 was his main MMO. There was a dungeon where there was a Billy doll and it was like this kind of voodoo doll, but you had to wait for it to spawn. And he says he remembers, and he actually has them saved. I think we're gonna read them live here one day. But he's got like they had to spend 4 hours waiting in the dungeon for this one rare boss to spawn. So him and the guild he was in were writing terrible haikus and poems. And he says he has them, and I kind of want us to read them live here on the show.
Oh, that reminds me of when they added, like we've got with our chocobos in 14. I can't remember what they're called. Yeah, the adventure partners.
Yeah, yeah.
They added a quest where you had to fight this one enemy, right? But it could only spawn it one at a time. So there was a queue on my server through the cave as people just stood there patiently waiting for their turn.
Is it like the queue for Rabon when people were waiting?
Yeah, it was like the queue for Rabon. In fact, that's why I love the Rabon queue so much, because it reminded me of 11.
Yeah.
Everyone was queuing up, and people were reporting people to GMs if they skipped the queue as well. It's hilarious. We even had a couple of GMs appear telling them off.
Is it sad to think that the most memorable thing about like the thing I remember most from the launch of Stormblood is the queue for Rob? Is that sad?
I remember my queue where I stood there, right? And the Fate spawned on the bridge, but I didn't want to leave the queue, so I stood there using shield bob on it just to try and get some damage on it.
I mean, you know.
I'll get some damage. I will claim it. I'm not moving.
Yeah, I mean, I would love nothing more than like, and like, I know people are gonna listen to this and be like, "Man, these guys are assholes, just shitting on the game." Like, I'm not trying to shit on the game. What I'm saying is that the game could be better. I'm not saying
doing it out of love because
it really is out of love because I mean, Paul, would you rather be playing Final Fantasy? Yeah, Paul's shitting on. No, I mean honestly, Paul. I mean, would you rather be playing Final Fantasy 14 if there was more love, more like world building, more secret things, more interest in other pieces of content that may have not hit the game yet, if that was in at launch, versus you playing Diablo?
Yeah, it depends. Well, it gave me something to do, you know, adventuring, meeting up with friends and adventuring. Then yeah, I would play it more. And I just don't want Final Fantasy right now to turn into Star Wars The Old Republic, because Star Wars The Old Republic is a dead game now. It's dead. They've increased everything. Like, no free to play player can do anything now without subscribing. They've increased the amount of money to subscribe, and yeah, it's just that they're not even doing that many content updates for like end game or really any. It's a dead game. I don't want Final Fantasy to be that.
I love Final Fantasy 14 so much, but I just want something different. That's all I want. I'm not asking for too much, just something a little bit different than the standard content that they bring out. That's all I want.
Yeah, Scarlet, real quick in chat. As someone who didn't play 11, I will never understand how these types of things bring y'all enjoyment. To me, this sounds like a huge time waster. How do I answer that? They weren't.
Wow, that hurt. That hurt.
Like I mean, to be honest, like I don't think they were. Don't get me wrong. I was younger when I was playing MMOs at that age, so I had more time to waste. Essentially,
I was at college at the time, so I had plenty of time to waste.
I was in primary school.
all right, thanks.
Yeah, I was young.
God, I feel old.
I
So-
was young.
But to be fair, I mean, I don't think it wasted time. Like I remember clearly getting lost in dungeons, finding secret bosses in those dungeons, enjoying myself. I remember Wailing Caverns. Was it Wailing Caverns had one of the secret bosses? Paul. Remember one of the bosses at the very bottom, and it dropped one of the cool shield, like one of the very early like shields that looked really cool. Was in Wailing Caverns, and I remember that just because I was like, yeah, that's what I want in my life.
One of my favorite bosses in 11 is I'm gonna butcher the name, was Romevia or something like that.
Mhm.
Basically, it was an invisible weapon, and you could not target it at all. The only way to attack it was to have it link to other ones near it.
Yo, that sounds cool.
And once it linked and aggroed, then it became a visible target.
That
And it would
sounds kind of
spawn at midnight when the with a full moon.
What?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Why don't we have that?
It would spawn in like the little puddle area in near, that would face the gods in the sky, and you had to sort of pull the weapons nearby to aggro, and you can fight it. And it would drop a chest piece for summoners if you beat it.
That's dope.
Oh, another thing. Final Fantasy do have these like certain events, you know, like what was it the ghost? That ghost in FF14. No, fuck. It's
Oh yeah,
Ida?
Ida.
Edda? Yeah,
yeah, that was a cool little thing that I didn't know until Lunavox actually spoke about it. Well, I was one of those two, but I was like, wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
And he was standing sitting outside there, like even after the show, after talking about that, we just sat there waiting to see if it'll pop up. Never did for me because
That
my luck.
But that's a good example. Like Ida's ghost popping up in the major cities is a good example of what that sort of stuff is. It's that little touch. And Scarlet, maybe when I'm trying to figure out a way to explain it so that you understand the time behind it wasn't wasted, because you spent time talking to people and hanging out. You made friendships. Like I said, Shin's got like they sat down and wrote poems, but they did that. Granted, if Shin was here tonight, Shin would say, he would argue a lot of like, well, people don't have that kind of time today. But on my argument against it would be like, yes, but when I do have that time, I'm okay with my time being spent that way. I would just like to have the option. That's my thing. I would just like to have that option. Like, make the world explorable, because people will explore it. It's I want Aorza to be the world less traveled, right? Like, I want to go out there and see things. Isn't that why we use things for like Discord or Twitch now? Yeah, but we did have chat channels back then too. Like, we still had that stuff. Like, I mean, early EQ days, 1999. Like, but yeah, we had TeamSpeak, Ventrilo, Vent Chat. Like Vent. We had, oh man, Mumble. We had all that. And you had to pay for that. Yeah. Discord is free. Like a lot. Like, and Twitch is like us video streaming this conversation, right? Like, Twitch to me is an entertainment source. People come here to see, like, you're not here. I mean, you're here because you support and us. Like, it's the entertainment factor. But that's what a lot of people show up. A lot of people show up to watch. And early days, way before Maelstrom Radio, Flatus was a semi-popular streamer. Like before affiliates were a thing. 80, 90 people would come in and watch me do dumb shit on the internet. Not so much anymore, but when I was in my 20s and Twitch was a thing, early days, cowboy days, boom, boom, bang, bang. I was here early days doing some stupid shit, and I was getting people to watch me. It's all about entertainment, right? Like, it's all, like, people, I noticed people were showing up for the personality, not for the content. Like, they didn't care what I was playing. They cared what I was saying and acting and entertaining. As long as I was entertaining to them, that's all that mattered, and people interacted and hung out with me. Same like last night, we played the Jane Austen MMO Everjane, Safer Out and I, and Chili had to leave for medical reasons, mostly because we didn't want to kill him.
It was one of the best streams ever. It was so hilarious.
I'm
not, yeah.
Their sound effects budget must be huge. What, the Jane Austen? Oh, what? I don't know. That show was great. Their sound effects budget must. Oh, he just got Safer. If you, sorry, and I'll give a shout out to Stage Reborn. Stage Reborn are doing currently a play this week. I don't know what the show's time are. Go see Safe. Can you drop their website in chat?
Oh, I think it's already happening.
Yeah, but it's this weekend's VIP. Well, tonight's VIP. So Denmo was there. I'm not sure who else. The Crucible got invited. I'm not a special. No special effects budget, no sound, my bad. Wait, what? No special effects budget, not sound, my bad. Oh,
I'm very confused.
The special effects budget, not sound. All right, got it. Learned it, figured it out, knew what he meant. Anyway, Safe, while you're here. Thank you. It's you can go to a stagereborn.com. You can check out the showtimes. I believe they also have a Stage Reborn. That's at twitch.tv/Stage Reborn. So if you're not able to make a character Diablos to go see one of the live shows, you can catch it on Twitch. You're going to be able to catch it on their YouTube, which I believe is a youtube.com/Stage Reborn.
I saw Twitter.
Yeah, and they're also on Twitter as Stage Reborn. So
I was wondering what this was.
It's they're essentially a play, like they put on plays from Final Fantasy, or actually they've done other plays as well. They put plays on inside Eorzea, inside of a mansion.
And they do a really good job at it. I've watched a few of them, and they're really good streams.
It is, and it's a lot of work. A lot of people do work, like, to make it all happen. Is a lot of people, like a lot of emotes and stuff.
I bet they were all RPers. I bet you they're all RPers. That's what only RPers could do. You know, not just like the regular gamer could do that. You know, I couldn't do that because, to be fair, I don't have friends. I only have you guys, and you're my lovelies. You know, I'm not in the big community of, oh look, it's Paul. Oh yes, no. I just do stuff on my own.
I need everybody to go to Paul's find at Paul Metal on Twitch and follow his ass.
With messages.
Yeah.
Deleting the account.
Oh no. Go follow at Moog around. Don't delete that one because you need to market yourself. But Safe while you're here, because maybe you'll step on this. But Scarlett, can you answering your question? WoW does both really well. WoW gives you, hey, you can queue for stuff because we know you need to save time and queue for things because you may not have the same time as you did when you were in your early 20s or in college. But at the same time, they still put that stuff in the world for other players to look and search and find, and you could still be a part of that. Hey, Feeny. And I think that's what I think that's what we're trying to say here is that there needs to be a balance between the insta-queuing and us just sitting in cities and just queuing up for stuff, and also making the world explorable, making the world feel more alive outside of hunts, outside of fates, outside of Yokai Watch. Like,
fuck Yokai Watch. Just fucking why?
You're right. That's why I love Palace of the Dead so much, because you had to go to the area to actually get in. You did have a little bit of a community outside of it. I would chat with a few people there. I'm not saying every dungeon should be the same way, but it was nice to be something different.
Yeah, and Shin and I discussed that when we said improving Final Fantasy XIV. We did 2 episodes on it. One was more of a joke episode. The other one was more serious. We split the difference. And one of the things Shin had mentioned is, like, wouldn't it be nice if we had more options in dungeons? Like, hey, it would be cool if there was a portal that was random in dungeons, even old dungeons. It didn't matter. That would take you to a secret boss, and you didn't know where it popped. Sure, absolutely. Or he said, what if there was a dungeon where they had 2 different paths to choose from? You can go up or down. Like, say there was a mountain, you go down the mountain, like into the like you can go see a lava scorpion, for example, Chili. Or you can go up. And he said, like, giving yeah, you might see Brenda. She might be waiting up there with a nice Italian dinner or cake, white wine. I don't know what's going on. Brenda's waiting. So, Feeney, how to make Final Fantasy 14 better? Kill Estinian. I don't think that's gonna happen.
True that. We agree.
You just made Seiferat your new best friend. By the way, Seiferat is now best friends with Moog around.
If you don't know, if he heard our spoilers one, like he would have fucking loved it because Chili got so fucking pissed.
Yeah, I got so pissed. I screamed and shouted about how the fact that the guy's still not dead yet.
Safe in chat. I use Yokai Watch to get alt characters towards 30 in a hilarious amount, but you could use Palace of the Dead and not even do Yokai. But you have 24 characters, so whatever you want, man.
You crazy fool! But we love it.
Yeah. Which episode was it? Oh, he wants to know what episode. It's their spoiler episode. What do you remember the number of that episode? For him,
we'll look it up for you and give you a link.
All right.
Basically, just me screaming about how he should be dead the entire episode.
Did you not find it interesting that he said, "Don't you agree, Nidhogg?" Like he's not the same.
That's why we should murder him where he stands.
I have a feeling that he's gonna be the new Ride or Die. Just saying. He's gonna be a new Scion. He's gonna have a redemption story. He's gonna be the pure boy. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, Yoshi wanted him as a Scion, didn't he? Well, he said it was gonna be a Scion that's not a Scion.
Yeah, that made
me angry so much just when he said that.
He's gonna be a rogue Scion. He's gonna be like, I'm helping you.
No forgiveness.
No forgiveness for us. Hey, Fly. Hi, yes. What's up, Feeney? Feeney wants to ask me a question. Feeney, hi. Shut the fuck up! Oh no!
Hey, I've taken over Mouse and Radio. Next week, we'll have the Instinian hate hour.
Yeah,
we hate on him for an hour.
Next expansion, Dragoon gets a wyvern. Possibly, listen. That may be the reason how they even get a wyvern. Like maybe he could summon a wyvern, and then he teaches people like how to summon the dragon within them, and then they can summon little tiny wyverns. That do
I agree, Safer Sephiroth. He could never redeem himself.
I don't care if they write him as a fucking saint. He will never. This is all caps, by the way. He will never, ever, ever actually redeem himself, even if the game claims so. Can I say? Hold on a second. I just want to point out that I am not saying I never stated if I liked Estinian or not. I'm just stating the way that it's ending up, the way they're writing Estinian is going to be a redemption story because everybody loves a redemption story. Everybody loves when it's great. Listen,
he saves my life. I still hate him. I still want him dead. I don't care.
Well, Paul Illidan got a redemption story.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah,
I like him. He's cool.
He is cool.
Fucking Estilian, fuck off. He looks like a fancy ass bitch.
He did kill a Zera. Anyway. Safe, I love your hatred. A lot of people love Safe's hatred. I'm trying to not. I mean, listen, I'm angry about other shit in this game. I don't really give two fucks about Estinian and what he's doing. He couldn't kill two eyes. You're telling me he couldn't fucking stab two eyes? We had to wait till the very end. He was like, sploosh. He just splooshed them.
You know what I hated so much was the fact that he just randomly turned up these exact areas that he needs to be somehow. I'm suddenly at this facility that I need to destroy to help them somehow, even though I've not been told this, and yet somehow I know, and somehow I'm here. Oh, look, I am now up in the area where these people have fought all their way to get to, and somehow I am here with the exact same thing I need to be.
Real quick,
for some reason.
Do you think they'll make up some bullshit reason because he had a connection to Nidhogg? Because since Nidhogg's soul imparted with him in some fused with him that he knew where the eyes were, like he could find he had like a Dragon Ball sensor, like he knew where like he was like 1 and 2 are over this way, I need to go get them. He was like, he was trying to find the Dragon Balls. Literally the dragon eyeball. And
Cypher said actually low-wise you couldn't just smash them before then because they're so later they would like explode. You only stab them after stun blood because they're drained. See, that's why he should have stabbed them, because they would have exploded and would have killed him.
Yeah, but Sephiroth, our option was no, don't just throw them over the bottom of the crevasse into the crevasse. Nobody can go down the crevasse and get them. Not that there's flying mounts and such. Like what? Like we had our best option was the crevasse.
Honestly,
All this could wait. All of this
You know
could have been avoided if Justinian took them back.
You know what? You know what? I'm going to say this. You know what pissed me off so much about that crevasse section? I was really hoping that there was like a pond down there and the eyes landed on a fish and we made Nidhogg the fish.
Like the Incredible Mr. Limpet, like just a really big angry, like an angry fish.
Yeah.
No, not even that. Not even a big angry fish. Just a small one we'll keep in a fish bowl and he'll be our pet.
Little grumpy
he
guy.
started off small because he was a small little fish, but the Nidhogg eyes made him like that fish primal.
Fish prime.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd fight a fish primal. I mean, Leviathan was kind of a sea dragon, so
Like a goldfish sort of fish, not like a sea dragon.
No, we're swimming underwater fighting him.
Oh no, not underwater combat.
Oh no, he's a dragon fish. He can fly.
I need the lore book. The only reason they're retreated is because Asians are bullshit. Not gonna lie. Actually, no, because it was the Warriors of Darkness who retrieved it, if I'm correct, right?
Well, they're dead, aren't they? So they can't.
They are
die.
dead. They're technically
Dead anyway.
No, they're dead now. They weren't dead. They weren't dead when we were there. Like
they were there. They
I thought they were already dead because
no. That's why. That's why Heidelin took them back to their world so they could die.
But I thought they were technically dead in their world, and that's why Echo kept bringing them back.
No, Assassins brought them here. That's why when you're doing the Dark Knight questline, you fight them, because then when you send them back, you send them to their death. Oh, am I spoiling it? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. If you've not played Dark Knight yet, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. I'm
so sorry. I'm not sorry. Anyway, Dark Knight. By the way, Dark Knight questline, best fucking questline. I'm sorry. It's fucking beautiful. It's so good.
I don't know. I like the monk one because the monk one should have been the main story.
Really? Oh, is it? Oh, the prince and.
Wait, I can say spoilers, can't I?
Yeah, go ahead. No, I don't care.
The fact you're fighting the real Griffin, well, a version of the Griffin.
The Griffin Light.
Griffin Light.
Yeah, Light Griffin.
My first Griffin.
Yeah, my first Griffin. Sephiroth, the Warriors of Darkness had nothing to do with them being retreated. It was Asians. They're the only ones being able to survive down there in the Aether Storm. Okay, I don't know. Sephiroth.
I thought the Warriors of Darkness got it though.
Yeah, because I remember them being there. Being like, alright, we got this.
We did the climbing. Obviously, it was the Ladderfell that did it.
Because then what was the point of the Warrior Darkness being there? Be like, hey, I see where they dropped them in the crevasse. Go down there and get them. Because that's pointless. Might as well just had an Asian waiting over there in the corner.
Yeah.
That's the stupid. Like, oh god, that infuriates me for some reason. Please don't make that the reason.
They're everywhere as well. It's not like they can't.
We are now mad.
Yeah, I'm angry at that. That's stupid. That's
really angry.
That's bad storytelling. That's a stupid story. Like, what's the point of him? Just to make the phone call? Like, boop boop, Link Pearl. Hey, guess what? They're over here, and he's like, I'll show up then.
And then I'll disappear again, so nobody knows.
Yeah, and then the Asian's like, and just shows up. He's like, I got it. I didn't say it was the best plan, but it was as bad as tossing in the shallow hole. Listen, it was just as good as friggin' what's his name's plan to turn into Mini Dude and then summon Shinryu.
Thank God though that in some ways Justinian was there. I hate to say that, but because we just left them there. We just left them on the grass.
We did.
I know they were drained, but come on, they could still have been used to store some more energy.
It's true.
We just left them there. We didn't do anything. We just left them there.
Mm-hmm. Listen, a lot of that ending is dumb. I don't.
And then we shall go away for no reasons.
Yeah, that's it. Poor Dola. I hope she makes a comeback. I like her. For Dola is so well written. Plus, I really like her accent. I have a thing for accent. She is cute. She's so angry. She's so feisty. Uh,
I like that.
Chili's got a crush on Fordola.
Don't
That's
tell
okay.
Kataru.
I won't. Don't worry. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure how, but yeah. So answer some questions. Estanian's an asshole. Scarlet, we need Final Fantasy 14 Yoshi P does need to find a balance between old school MMO type content and new school MMO type content, and not so much on the insecure everything, because that does get boring. It is nice to plan, like, even if it's something to plan for people to do on a Saturday or a Friday night, like, hey, let's go into the world and do this thing. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a lot of fun. It's so much fun. I've been there. I've done it. It's a hoot. It's hoots.
Hootenanny.
It is a hootenanny. It's maybe less nanny, more hootin'. So, say Ferdola is how Estinian should have been written as a fucking villain. He is so. Listen, I mean, he's in chat, but if I told him, if don't ask him about Ishgard, I'll tell you that much.
Okay,
Don't do that.
So what about Ishgard?
Oh no!
What's happening there?
Oh God, no!
Don't do that. Don't do
Paul,
that. Don't do that.
Paul, no.
Listen, my bot may kick him out. Don't.
Paul.
All right, hold on. Sephiroth, despite having a lot of similarities as characters, Fordola is infinitely better and shows exactly how you do that kind of character. Makes him even worse by comparison. But
Right.
hold on a second. Ishgard is the worst. I'll fucking fight you all. Yeah, don't push him past that.
I don't like Ishgard.
Yeah, there you go. You are listen. You are his new best friend right now. Just say.
Please don't anger the gods.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't anger him. So I will.
What?
We had a. All right. So real quick, Kane and I had a Sephiroth and I had Sephiroth and I had a debate. So what I didn't get to stress is that the way Estinian was written, Estinian was written to be the same but the opposite of Nidhogg, which is fine. But I'm not a big fan of always of like, you and I are one and the same. We're not so different, you and I.
We're
like,
not so different.
Yeah, because I mean, that is bad story. Listen, I'm trying to say before you pop off Sephiroth, because I know he's probably furiously writing a paragraph.
In caps.
Yes, in all caps. What I'm saying is that is lazy story writing on Final Fantasy. Now, is that how it was written? I don't know. Like, probably. But I understand why they wrote it that way, because they wanted to show that Estinian was written to die at the end of the Dragoon quest line, and then they decided to go to Ishgard and realized that was hard to write characters, so they got lazy. Estinian. Now he's best boy, and everybody wants Estinian. Everybody wants him.
No.
Everybody wants to bang Xenos and Estinian.
No.
It's true.
Maybe Xenos, but no Estinian.
Maybe Xenos? I got it.
No.
Angry sex.
Angry.
Yeah.
Wait, would it be angry though? I feel like he would cry. To be fair, I feel like Xenos, like after the fact, would just start to cry, like, and then you would just be sitting there and it'd be really awkward. He's like, "It's never happened to me before," and he's just weeping openly, like ugly crying, and you're just like, "I want to get out of here." So you kind of like, and then you start to get dressed, and he's still weeping. And you're like, "Yeah, no," and you're like, "I understand," and then you slowly slink out of his room and leave, and you're just like, "Ugh," like you go take a cold shower.
Oh God, he's in a holding pen.
I'm in your holding. Oh no, safe. I can't, dude. I cannot. Not again. They've been a little lazy safe. All right, hold on. All right. Everybody hold on. Let's finish the show. I'll let you in after we can discuss, okay? If these guys still want to hang out a little bit after, because I know it's late for them.
I want to hear this.
All right. Before we go, let me just we'll finish some thoughts here.
So to be fair, like Final Fantasy 14 should have took some notes out of George R. R. Martin. You know,
No, because then our expansion would be like coming out in like 2020, and then we'd be disappointed because it would be all leaked.
No, let's not, because then Alfie and his sister, Alice, would start banging. It's gonna be weird. Let's not do that.
Wait. Wait, what?
I can't.
Do
I
I
can't.
hear a bit of incest? Hell yeah.
If we're gonna start going down the George R. R. Martin path, let's not do that. Let's take a step back.
But at least them two are adorable, unlike fucking Cersei and Jamie. They're fucking ugly fuckers.
I'm slightly confused because I've never actually watched that show.
There's incest in it.
Well,
Yeah.
men and women. Very nice.
Yeah. There's a lot.
I think I shall stop making sure I don't watch the show still.
It's a great show.
Down on the sex.
They did. They kind of. I mean, it's more chopping dudes now, just like slicing them up.
I don't mind that either. That's why I watch Walking Dead.
Yeah. All right. Well, I took that left turn. Okay, so Paul, do you have any more thoughts on like old school gaming content coming into Final Fantasy 14? Good, bad? Do you want to see it happen? Do you think they should change the content rollout?
I really. There's two things I want in this world. That is, obviously, I can make my own build for Final Fantasy. That'd be awesome. Of just different classes. And exploration. I want more exploration. I want puzzles. I want just secret stuff that I can find with people that are rare and stuff. That, and also rare drops from stuff, That's what I want. Not just a bloody mount and like, oh, look, this is best in slot, but guess what? Another couple of months it's not. I want some really cool stuff that's not how it is now.
Chili?
I want gear that will last me more than one patch. I want content that I can find and explore. I want stuff that's slightly unique and different and the same thing every patch. And I want merit points so I can customize my builds and and have something to do with my class after it's level 75 rather than 70. Rather than just, looking at it and going, oh, look, I can now get most of my level stuff. I'd like to, have a reason for my parties to happen.
As for me, with Pantheon coming out, with Ashes of Creation coming down the line, with other MMOs sneaking up, the pool of people wanting to play a Final Fantasy 14 game may thin out. And that's a worry for me because I like this community. I don't want to see less people. I want to see more people. And you have to compete with that. And to compete with that, you need to make your world interesting. You need to change up how you deliver your content. You may want to make your content and gear and stuff more viable for longer. And out in the world, put harder pieces of gear that are better and harder to get because people will do it. I mean, it's one of those things that it doesn't hurt that you get what you put in, you get out of the game. So if you have more time, if somebody spends 40 hours a week playing Final Fantasy 14, I expect that person to be further along in the game, have more content unlocked, have more of the stuff in the world for them to enjoy. And if I can only put 10 hours a week into that, I will get 10 hours of content. But should the fun difference be any different for the person that put 40 versus my 10? Absolutely not. That is Yoshi P and the dev team's job to figure that out. I think they can do it. I don't want to see less people. I love this community. I love this game. I want to see it continue and to get more money and to continue to develop. You can't tout 10 million accounts because anybody can make an account free to play and try it out. That's a cool number to have, don't get me wrong. But beat on your chest when you have 10 million players playing this game consistently every month, logging in. I don't want Yoshi P to say, hey, it's cool to play other games when we have a content lull in between patches. I don't want to hear that. I would love to hear players say, man, there's so much to do, I don't know where to start. That's what I want. And I think that's achievable. Final Fantasy 14, you're a beautiful game, and I would love to play more of you. But I have to wait till 4.1 to make that happen. That's kind of bumming me out.
This is like trying to ask out, you love your life to a date.
Yeah.
It's true though, I love 14.
I was like, I can only do it if you marry me.
I mean, to be fair, that's why I do this show. I mean, I did the show out of a passion for this game. It's the reason why I met half of the people I know. It's why I'm friends with people like Scarlet and you and Sephiroth, the Crucible. Shin I met before that, but Shin, the same reason Shin's here doing this. Shin's almost walked, and Shin will say it live on the air. He's almost walked away from the game and the show because he wasn't wanting to play the game anymore. What pulled him back was the community.
I agree. The fantasy, as much as we can complain about the game, fantasy community, the podcast, Maelstrom Radio, Phoenix Down, Gather Together, shit, Limit Break Radio, Whispering Dawn, all the different types of podcasts and all the different content creators, Mr. Happy, FS,
Denmo,
Demo,
Sly, Golden
the
Tide.
name. Yeah.
Xeno.
Those are what keep me playing because I love the community so much. And I'm very lucky to be part of this community, and I'm very lucky to be able to appear on these podcasts when I do. And every time I do, I feel incredibly happy that I've been invited. And again, thank you for inviting me, Pattis.
Oh, no,
And
absolutely.
thank you to everyone in the community for all the amazing content you bring on a regular basis. You're what keeps the game alive.
Look, I've already had one sappy more. Can we not have another one?
Sure. How about this? Listen, thank you both so much for helping me out this week. Shin's still on vacation next week. And next week, I don't know who I'll have on. That one's going to be a mystery, but I'll find somebody to bring on the show. Don't know who yet, but I'll find them. So, please, go listen to Move Go Around. Go find them on Twitch, Stitcher, on Google Play. They're on the content on there. You can find them on the Gamerscapes Content Creator Roundup. You can find these guys, absolutely find them. Go give them a follow on Twitch. What's your Twitch? It's go ahead and plug all your stuff, please.
Go ahead, Paul. Plug our Twitter.
It's at MoveGoAround on Twitter, and obviously on Twitch it's at MoveGoAround Radio. Yeah, that's where you can find us. So you can. I don't know, we don't really use email. No one really emails us. But if you want to email us, it's movegoaroundradio@gmail.com.
Send them emails. Tell them how much you love Nando's.
Don't, because I barely look on Twitter.
That's your marketing tool. You got to market.
But I keep forgetting to look at it.
You got to do it. Wait, hold on. All right, there's a question chat. Never mind.
Can I ask the chat one thing they could do for me?
Sure.
Everyone in chat right now, I just want you guys to do something just for me, and is that could you go on Twitter, go to @Whispering_Dawn, or you can find them anywhere, and just put a bunch of love hearts and says the Muggles will remember you. Please, just please, it's just something for me.
All right, Stormwolves, you hear them. Go and spread the love for Whispering Dawn. Give them one final farewell from all of us here at Maelstrom Radio and from Moogle Around. Let them know that the Moogles love them. So for Chili, for Paul, and for Shin, wherever he is. My name's Piddles. Yeah, please. I legitimately listen. That's my best friend. I legitimately miss doing the show with him. Not that don't get me wrong. I love doing the show with you guys, but I miss Shin.
And we need Shin to drag us in. He is like the anchor.
He is a little bit like the anchor. So you can find us here at twitch.tv/Maelstrom Radio. You can find us at Maelstrom_radio on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook.com/Maelstrom Radio. You can find us, you can actually email us at show@maelstromradio.com. Send us your emails. Boris, I have not forgotten you. I know you'll hear this. I have your game. It's going to be great. Listen, Boris the Blade sent us a game, well, a contest really, that we're going to announce when Shin gets back, because it's really cool. It's a really cool idea, and I can't wait to share it with you all. And Boris is, well, he's supplying the prize. I asked for people, like listeners of ours, to give us game ideas, and actually he came up with a really cool idea, and he's even supplying the content for it. So thank you, and thank you for sharing. I can't wait to share it with you all. It's a really cool idea. So when you hear this, our peers, you're gonna love this idea. If you telling you, it's gonna be great. It's a good idea. Feeny, real quick, I just managed to get back. I trust you all put Flatus in his place. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody puts this baby in the corner. So that being said, yes, you can find us here. Go follow Shinter if you want to see what he's been doing and where he's at lately. He's been in Korea. He's been taking pictures of cool food. He tried to rustle my jimmies by sending. Listen, Shin likes to rustle my jimmies even in other countries. Just to let you know, he's a good friend, but he's been very good. If you catch my drift, and I mean that in a sarcastic way. I asked him a question and his response was 17 seconds of catfish just swimming and opening its mouth and breathing oxygen. I was like, you son of a bitch.
That is amazing.
So yeah, that was his response. I'm like, I hate you right now.
Boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just gonna say anyway. I can't. Safe, hold on. You're going to come in. Everybody, do not go away just yet. After you'll hear our outro, because I have to cut everything else out after the outro. You're going to hear our outro. We'll come right back. I'll bring Safe Rod in here, so he can probably yell at me. Maybe. Probably.
Don't cut me.
Probably. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead. Chili and Paul, do you want to say goodbye one last?
Goodbye. If any Cooper nuts are out there, we love you. Remember, stay drunk.
There you
that's
go.
what Moogles do.
Yeah. On chocolate
Unless
wine.
you're chilling.
Chili is the motivational Moogle. Like, he shows up and gets people going.
Till Lala's swallow all.
There you go. Till Lala's swallow all. Eventually that may happen. Who knows? All right. Thank you all so much for joining us here for Maelstrom Radio. My name has been Flatus, and I'm just going to do one of the... So you can hear our intro. Or, I'm sorry, our outro. So, I want to thank you all one more time. Thank you for listening and understanding that this is coming from a place of love and not hate for the game. I am legitimately excited for 4.1. I think there is bringing in some cool content, and maybe next week we'll talk about the excitement for 4.1 as we're barreling down that thing. Maybe we'll even do the show after the live letter. So early. But you know what? Till sea swallows all. Keep listening.
Maelstrom Radio is a production of MaelstromRadio.com, Blackfire Media Productions. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Opening theme provided by Benjamin Anthony James. You can find more of their music over at soundcloud.com/Ben773. Our outro is provided by Sodo. You can find more of their music over at soundcloud.com/Sodo. Views and opinions expressed on this episode are those of Maelstrom Radio and their hosts, and do not reflect the views and opinions of Square Enix. And until sea swallows all, keep listening.
Hi, and we're back.
Yes, we are.
Hi.
You son of a bitch.
Hi, I'm gonna change... Hold on.
And the quiet hour begins.
Okay, am I not muted? I don't understand what's going on. In
No.
fact, you know what? Just to make this that much more magical, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go fucking get water. Cause fuck it. I'm a professional. I don't think we're still recording, are we?
No, that ended.
I've had a guy that says fuck more than me.
I'm gonna get more people in here though, so hold.
Yeah, Flash, your mic is muted, apparently.
Is it? Oh wait, hold on. Is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
I'm muting the muting.
Is it muted right now?
No, because we can hear you, but it was.
Oh, it's probably because I was on the other screen. There's a weird bug with Banana, Voice Meter Banana, and an Onkbot if they're on the same screen. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. It just happens. I haven't figured it out yet. I think Voice Meter Banana needs to fix something.
Why are you getting more people in here? What? Yep. Oh, oh.
We're waiting on Mr. Water.
Who that?
It's Saferot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look.
Gladys, you're back. Hi, Feeny. Although Feeny the other day said I have the best resting bitch face, so I feel good. I feel good about that. Yeah, they said I have the best resting bitch face.
What does that
You
mean?
do have the best resting bitch face.
It's true.
Okay, resting or wrestling?
Resting. I don't know about wrestling bitch face.
Now,
I haven't seen you wrestle, and I'd like to keep it that way.
You would probably be a babyface. You wouldn't be an arsehole. You would be a face babyface.
I'd probably be a great turn heel.
You would be. Nah. Well, to be fair, I've never seen the bad side of you. You know.
True.
I always see the lovable, sexy side of you.
Oh.
Now that the podcast is over, can I say something that might get me into trouble?
Sure.
You're still being streamed.
I know, I don't mind that, but this is not being recorded.
Yeah. Absolutely, Chili. Go for it.
We might be getting a few collector's editions in from Square Enix to give away of Stormblood.
Wait,
now,
what?
UK only or worldwide? Can I get in?
That's why we can't talk about it yet, because we haven't decided if we're agreeing it because of the cost of shipping it.
What? I mean, if I did win,
yeah.
I would maybe meet you halfway. Just say.
I'll meet you in Germany, okay?
Yeah,
The free company of
it's the one
Stormblood?
with the statues.
Free copy? Is that what you said?
Something.
The one with the statues.
You old one.
I want a statue of Xenocia Daddy or whatever his name.
Oh, yeah, Daddy.
Again, this isn't all. I can't confirm it yet because we're still.
No, these are all lies. These are all fabrications from a mine of potato. These are not real things. Feeny in chat, safe as Vor, apparently. Feeny wants you to know.
I'm really salt because I saw the ASR show and it was really good. But one of them has the Zantetsuken emote, and it hurts me every day of my life knowing that I don't have that emote, and I will never ever own that emote.
Because we're all poor, none of us have it.
Dude, I got to the point, that's a $140 statue. I got to the point where I was willing to put in $120 if someone would have just taken $20 for the statue and given me the emote. That's how close
Wow. Really?
and no one took me on it.
I would have fucking took you on that. You should have came to me, man.
Well, you can't post about that publicly. Square Enix will be like, no, you can't do that.
Bro, you gotta go to you gotta come to the deep, dark, seedy underbelly.
Oh, wait, we're publicly streamed, aren't we? Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Akmorn's not in the chat, is she?
No, she doesn't
Wait.
come in.
Well, to be
wait.
fair, though, I don't see why Square Enix would have the issue anyway.
She only
You
came here
purchased this-
because I said I was pissing you off live on chat.
No.
You purchased the statue, so technically anything you have with the statue is your own choice.
Well, I'd be splitting the money. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, but technically you'd be splitting the cost of the statue as well, so
that's true.
That's true.
not like you're selling the code off, you're splitting the statue, and
You know, the worst part is I'm gonna have if the guy who owes me money isn't dead right now, which is a very real possibility considering how things are going. Yeah. I'm not gonna go into that. But if the guy that owes me $300 is not dead, and it would not be my fault, by the way. He's just really fucking his life up.
Mr. The FBI of America. Yeah. This is Paul from England. I just want to report a possible murder and assassination on a guy that owes money.
Why would I kill him? I can't get my money if he dies.
Yeah, true. He'll
doesn't
just
die,
break
he
his
gets
leg.
If he doesn't die,
where's
and
my
he gives
money,
me
bitch? Where's my
$300,
money?
I still can't get that fucking statue because I'm gonna pay off a $120 fucking debt he owes. That son of a bitch.
Kick his break some fingers.
I genuinely think at this point that he's probably dead in a ditch somewhere.
No.
Like, the dude doesn't go more than 20 minutes without posting to Facebook if he's like awake, and it's been over a day.
Oh yeah, he did.
Jesus.
And he owes a lot of people a lot of money.
Yeah, he did.
Oh no. All right, so did you want to come here and yell at me about Estinian?
Yeah, I did. I did want to yell at you about Estinian.
Did you cool
but
off a little bit?
Specifically, what I wanted to yell at you about is that you don't have any strong opinions regarding Estinian, and yet every single time Estinian comes up, you insist on mentioning no redemption story. Like, fuck you. Pick a side or fuck off.
He's gonna get one. How do you? I mean, Yoshi P's clearly said he's gonna be like the non-Scion. He's gonna get a redemption story.
I don't care. My point is not that I don't think they're going to put him in that plot, right? I think that they are I think you're right, and they will try. My point has never been that they will not put him on a story and they'll say he's redeemed, but he can't be redeemed. It's the same fucking thing that happens with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in fucking part 2, where you have the Nazi who's like torturing people and feeding them to a fucking vampire, and then by the end of the show you're supposed to be rooting for him. It's like, hey, does no one remember that time that he literally threw children into a fucking pit to feed a vampire? Like, are we just kind of...
Yeah, JoJo.
Yeah.
Was that Naruto as well?
Was that vampire named? Yeah. Was that vampire named Sasha? No. Ebony. Rather, I killed him with laughter. Or he's like, I hate him, right? You said, oh wait, hold on. Holy shit, Yorkshire. Yorkshire,
yeah, piece of shit.
Yorkshire.
I am from Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Show you some Yorkshire.
Feeny says you sound like you're from Yorkshire. There, man. Third man.
What the hell?
What?
Thirdman.
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 Thirdman. Thirdman.
The Thirdman.
The third.
Get off my lawn.
Thirdman.
Yeah, Fenny, I'm from Yorkshire. If you're talking about chili.
Yeah.
If you're talking about Paul, no, I'm not from Yorkshire.
I'm from the Scarborough.
I'm from Belfast, Ireland.
I wasn't born here. I was born in London. But I moved up here when I was really young, so I've been here for longer than...
I'm here for the Hotspurs. That's what I'm...
Here for that Tottenham Hotspurs.
Woo!
That soccer.
Footy.
Yeah, good old footy. Oh, the bar for a set.
English ...
English?
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I mean, if you want to talk about Stenium, we can. If you want to talk about, I mean, honestly, what is going on with my mic?
Okay. here's what I'd like to point out. What the hell? Oh, I know what happened. Okay. I know how I fucked up. I had the thing going. The stream was going for me.
Okay.
I was wondering why everything seemed to be looping, and now I know.
You wanted to make
The more you know.
Want to make a dope rap album?
A dope rap album?
To be fair, the intro definitely sounded like it.
Thanks.
And I loved it. Can I get that as a ringtone?
You can if you want.
Oh, is your new intro playing now?
I know. I mean, it did earlier.
I don't mean like this minute. I mean, have you started using your new intro?
I get, it's an option.
You popped them fat beats.
Yeah, I did. Paul didn't get to hear it for our 1 year / 50th episode, so
yeah.
So I played it tonight.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering.
Oh, then Birmingham.
So my point about Estinian, my point about Estinian and about Ishgard as a whole is that it's awful, and I think the problem is that if you look at how every single Eorzean city is written in FF14, all of them have pretty glaring flaws, and I think the point of that is they want to kind of breed this mentality of like you want to be connected with one city or another. Like as a player, you want to feel like that connection to one city or another. Like I haven't played WoW, but I'm of the impression WoW kind of does that mentality with the Horde Alliance thing.
Better.
I think the problem. I'm not saying that WoW didn't do it better. I'm just saying I think that's what they're going for. With like the grand companies and all that shit. I think that's what they're trying to do. I don't think they're succeeding at it. That's not my point.
They're not. Because if they were if they were separated, like if we were actually had separation between grand companies more than what we have now, which is just like, hey, this is your home. We're like, okay, this is my city, I guess.
Then you'd probably kick my butt.
Because my thing is, I think that they made all of the cities have very clear and different flaws because they wanted it to be a case where it's like, okay, well, we can't look at any one city and say definitively, without question, this city is universally accepted as better than any other city. But the problem is they gave Ishgard all these flaws and it doesn't have any good. You're supposed to have the cities have... I know you think that Limsa is the best city, and I agree with you that Limsa is the best city. However, I can see the argument from someone who wants to say, well, I like Gridania the best because they're not constantly at war. Or I like Ul'dah the best because they have the most money, and I would be a rich... Okay. I don't totally understand that. Huh?
Ul'dah is the best because it has dancers in the streets.
There you go. Uldah's the best because it has the best red light districts. Or
right.
Kugane is the best because I love Japan.
I love trees.
Yeah, like, I mean, I've known people that give a shit about nature. I know people that are into the fucking Lord of the Rings, like, I want to hang out and be an elf kind of thing. So I can't begrudge if those people like Gridania the best, even though they're wrong. Yeah, no, they are hippies, but that's my point. That's my point, is like, there's no one city that is like 100% for sure better than any other city. But Ishgard is 100% for sure the worst of all of the cities because it has all of the flaws that are the worst of every other city. As I clarified on our last fucking time we talked about this on a stream, and they have no strengths. They have no strengths. No, that's insulting to Florida, damn it, Flatus. Florida has orange juice. And Florida has...
Flatus.
Yeah, it has you, and Florida has Dave Barry. Florida has Dave Barry. California has raisins.
Yes, California has raisins.
So I just mean, like, why doesn't Ishgard have good things?
Well, to be fair, like Ishgard is just a fucking Great Depression all bloody over again. It's like it's so fucking dreary. There's the fucking sunshine. You know, I love the snow and all, but what the fuck, dude? Like,
I just want to point out that they deserve it.
Yeah, to be fair, they did fuck up, like piss off the dragons. It's their own bloody fault.
Well, no, they're like they have all the snow and shit because of the calamity, but they didn't care enough to send troops to help out at Cartano. So they fucking deserve it. Like, fuck them. They got what they deserved. Ishgard was never the best city, and me tearing at a new asshole should not have been required for people to realize that it's terrible. Also, Flatus, I don't know if you know this. I have not heard a single thing you've said for minutes now. I don't know if you're not talking or what.
He's not talking last I knew.
Yeah. I'm seeing him, like, I'm watching the stream so I can see the chat, and I'm seeing him talk.
Yeah, it's muted, you twally.
It's because I'm clicked over there. So yeah, no, chat can't see it. I apologize.
Okay, there we go.
No, sorry, it's that weird bug. My favorite is Kane in chat. Ishgard was the best city till it got hit by a hurricane.
I mean, it's funny, but you shouldn't have needed me to tell people how much Ishgard sucks. You should just be able to pay attention to the story and go, right, Ishgard's trash.
Yes. Going into Ishgard, to be fair, going into Ishgard was trash. But the whole point was that to set it up and be like, all right, well, guess what? Hum ho, Ishgard won't be trash any further. That's the whole point.
No.
Change. It didn't
And then they did. It didn't change. And then you have the Machinist 60 to 70 quest line to show you, by the way, it still sucks. And then you have what little I saw of the Dark Knight quest line so far. I'm sure that doesn't change. Which is, hey, by the way, it still sucks. Hey, let's help out this fucking bitch whose cousin is in the Heaven's Word, and she has to restore this statue. She has to devote her fucking life to something her bitch-ass evil cousin mind, evil wanted. And so then you go and give comfort to her, like, hey, by the way, keep doing it. You're awesome. Like, fucking fuck you. Your saints are bullshit. If you want to tell me that Ishgard's not going to be bad, all right, line up all of the high houses, shoot them in the face, burn their property down, break out the guillotine, destroy all the statues celebrating genocide, and start rebuilding, and then I'll believe you. But until that happens, until you have Hilda sitting on a fucking throne ruling the city, I don't believe you it's better. When Hilda's still getting treated like shit now, I don't believe you.
Can she step on me?
Dude.
Yeah, can she step on me?
None of us are worthy of her stepping on us.
Wait a minute. There was a majority here. Sixth time. I'm trying.
Malala's small. Yeah, you could step on both of us at the same time. I could be under the heel.
Oh my god. Crushing fish. What the fuck?
All hail Pope Satan.
Fuck it. I'll be Pope, Kane. I'll fucking be Pope. I'll roll in, I'll fucking burn the city. Yeah, that was like the best part when it was on fire. That's probably the only amount of color that Ishgard ever fucking had.
Exactly.
Will ever have.
And you know what? The worst part of that is, it wasn't even great then, because the only people actually dying in that incident were the people that least deserved it.
Yeah, the poor people. The people that, you know.
I wonder if the Pope has its own Pope ability in Fantasy 14. I wonder if it's like a Pope Chocobo.
No, it was that airship he took over to.
The Pope ability.
It was the Sky Pope.
Fucking Sky Pope. I just want to point out that it's bullshit that he's able to mug you on an airship after you beat a fucking god. Like, fuck him.
Yeah. That's fine.
I remember that the first time I did Heavensward, I thought he was an interesting character because he was a villain. But, like,
he
kind of made sense. And then you get to the end, and it's like, oh, no, I just want power for power's sake. Like, oh, wow, what an interesting motivation.
And also Ascians again, for some reason.
Ascians. It's always Ascians.
I will never not love the Ascians, because Nabriales is the funniest motherfucker in this entire game, and has the best voice acting of any MMO.
Also true.
Or, sorry, any Final Fantasy is what I meant to say. So as long as Nabriales continues to have existed, this game's Ascians can't hate him.
No, I just hate the fact that everything bad.
I'm sorry, could you please repeat that? It cut out on my end.
I said I hate the fact that everything bad has to end up tied to them somehow.
I agree.
I like them, and I wish I like the when they get used, but at the same time, I just wish that they weren't used so much.
Yeah, so it's
Well-
fucking Lord Voldemort, and it's like, oh look, fucking ashes.
Yeah. I do like that they're at least distanced in Stormblood. Like,
For now,
yeah, the Shinryu thing only happens because they did the thing in fucking 3.4 or whatever it was, but I mean, they weren't physically showing up and talking to fucking Weeaboo. What's his name? Xenos.
yeah,
So,
but
like,
who knows if they're going to show up for the guy that rules the country? Well,
Oh,
yeah,
there's
rules the gun.
they're totally gonna show up. There's no way they won't show up. All right, here's my thing. You know what? Fuck Estinian. I want to fucking throw down my predictions for how fucking the next patch is gonna go. I'm gonna throw this down. So first off, Delita and Ramza are totally gonna come back. They'll be part of the main story, and they'll somehow get tied into Return to Evilise, which I think is going to be the closest thing in the game as far as 24-man raids go to being associated directly with the main story, because Crystal Tower is very much a side story and Alexander is very much a side story. So I think that Return to Evilise is not going to be part of the main story, but will be close to it, like closer. Like there'll be references to it. I can see Flatus talking again and I can't hear him again.
Yeah, I'm mouthing words at you because it's just like, no. It's gonna be a side quest. It's gonna be a side quest.
I'm not saying it's going to be something that you have to do as part of the MSQ. I'm saying it's going to be
the main story was. Didn't they say the main story was going to follow Omega weapon?
Yeah,
I'm sure that was the thing.
Main story is supposed to be following Omega, like the return of the legend, or the Legend Returns, which is, by the way, named after me. by the way, of course.
So I think Delita is going to piss me off more than Estinian ever could have.
Yep.
And I will have a new character that I hate more than anything, and that if Delita is every bit as fucking awful as I fully expect he's going to be, Estinian's going to end up by 5.0 in the same bucket that Thancred's in for me right now, which is, I'm cool with Thancred, even though I used to just absolutely loathe him, because one, Estinian exists, and two, his entire life since Heavensward has just been nothing but a constant string of failures and suffering, and I'm cool with that.
It's true. He did get his shit stripped from him when he was fucking in the Aether stream.
Dude, everything in his life is fucked up, and I'm cool with that. Everyone he most cares about is dead.
Yep.
He's failed to do anything of import other than, like, what does he accomplish in all of Stormblood? He tells us that Kryle's been captured and is in some kind of facility.
Yep. Also,
he also was so poor he couldn't afford Stormblood because he had Heavensward abilities.
Oh my god, that's great!
That's pretty fantastic.
Holy shit.
I think safe to
and he told me to hold back and not attack that patrol in Alamigo that almost every time I attacked, because fuck him. And then he has to specifically assassinate the one guy himself, even when you've raised the alarm yourself. Oh my god, fuck Thancred. But it's okay. It's okay, because Estinian exists, and that's where the real hate goes. But I fucking hate Delita so much! He's the worst! Fuck him! Oh my god. Let's start our game. First off, in media res. Second off, here's your introduction to this character. It's him punching a woman in the gut that we've already established is, like, not a bad person, or at least you're supposed to care about. He rolls up, punches her in the fucking gut, throws her on the back of a chocobo, basically calls her a dumbass. If I remember right, he has some kind of line like, "Don't you fucking talk back to me," or some shit like that, and then rides away. And you know what? He never stops being awful, and he wins. Fuck Delita. Delita is everything wrong with Evilise. And I don't mean that in the way that, I don't mean that to say like Evilise is bad. I'm saying he is the full embodiment of everything an Evilise villain is, and he wins. Fuck him. So if he comes in this story and he's the same character, and it's like, oh yeah, Delita, he's so great, he's gonna help us, and then he betrays us, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
Do you have confirmation?
What?
you have a confirmation on Delita?
Confirmation?
Yeah, like, all right, we know Ramza.
Have you seen the art?
I no, probably didn't look at all the art. Was there more art
The
than
art,
they just released
the
more
pa-
art?
The patch art shows Ramza and Delita, and it is so clearly those two characters. It is literally their art from Final Fantasy Tactics. It is those two characters. So if the patch art is not directly referencing a 24-man raid that's completely removed from the story, then it's then they're going to show up in the main story.
Wait, hold on. Is this supposed to be after War of the Lions though, or was War of the Lions the prequel?
Oh, you mean in FF14?
Yeah.
Well, it's called The Legend Returns, and it's been stated, I think, on the 24-hour or the 14-hour live stream, that Final Fantasy Tactics is the name. Like, I think that's literally what it's called. Is a fairy tale that every Garlean child knows, and so The Legend Returns implies that it's the characters from the story coming back through some bullshit means.
God damn it!
That being said, that could just mean that's what Omega's going to summon.
I swear to God, I swear, please do not make it some bullshit where it's like, man, woo, here's these legends, because I'm a robot and I can do that. Fuck you, fucking make it real, make it somehow like, hey, fucking this, it wasn't a legend, it's real bullshit that's out here. You gotta figure out. You can travel there. God damn it.
I think the best part of Omega so far is Halicarnassus, in that it shows off that, like, that's when I realized, like, oh my god, Omega, this fucking super smug, super self-important robot is a fucking fanfic writer.
Oh, no, for sure.
And then you have Nero fucking talking shit on Omega's headcanons, and that was the highlight of Final Fantasy XIV. I don't think the game can ever get any better than that.
I think if this is their Wrath of the Lich King, it's all downhill from here. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know.
I don't know what Wrath of the Lich King is. I know it's a WoW expansion, but that's all I know. Is that Arthas?
Yeah, that was when they had the largest amount of players playing the game.
Literally all I know about World of Warcraft's lore, Warcraft's lore, whatever. I never played Warcraft.
You want to talk about a good villain? Go ahead.
Arthas is the coolest dude ever. That's all I know about Arthas.
Arthas is the best. Arthas
is the coolest. Arthas do what I do. He showed up and went, well, they're all evil. Let's clean this bitch.
He was like, wait, they're all infected. Fuck it. Genocide.
Yep.
The best part was, you not only did you get to play that in the RTS and have to do it, there's a fucking dungeon where you have to do it. You have to go back and relive that bullshit on the dungeon level. And also, if you do the hard mode of that dungeon, under 30 minutes, which is a really fucking, at the time was really hard to do. If you can do it under 30 minutes, you get a fucking dragon mount.
That's metal.
That's fucking, yeah, right?
That being said, wait. They give you a special mount if you speedrun Genocide? Is that what I did?
Yes!
Oh, wow.
I had to go back.
I know it's not the same, but I remember in 11, right? The second expansion, Chains of Promethea. The lore was that the goddess cried 4 tears, and that's what created the races in the 11 storyline. But in Chains of Promethea, you go back and kill a god called Promethea. Then you find out it's the brother of the goddess, and that you've gone back in time, and you killing him causes her to cry, which creates you.
That's weird.
That's
fucking weird.
That's a mindfuck on a deep level.
Yeah, because you can see the planet underneath you. You're in space.
God damn, that sounds cooler than what we got.
I really don't want to see FF14 start doing that level of stupid bullshit.
Really? You think that's stupid? I think that's kind of dope.
It's cool, but it's dumb. Like, okay, let me rephrase that. The whole thing of, like, being the origin of your own, like, existence, that's pretty neat. But, like, time travel plot lines in general, particularly in MMOs, like, I know enough about MMOs to know that every goddamn MMO in the fucking world that lasts a while seems to end up using one of those fucking things. I hate them. It's so trite and tired and fucking simple and obvious. It's so obvious. I fucking hate time travel in stories like that. Like, if you're gonna have time travel in a story, that needs to be the story. It needs to be fucking like, let's think about what the implications of time travel are. Let's talk about fucking time ethics and bullshit like that. Not, oh, so we had this story that was going for like 6 years, suddenly time travel because we didn't know where else to take it. Like, fuck you.
No, it was really interesting. It was a really good story. That was just a short notes.
I didn't play 11. I'll take your word for it. I'll believe that you would know better than I would.
I mean, it wasn't the best story, but it was engaging enough to be, in my opinion, one of the best expansions for an MMO. I mean, I loved C. It added certain enemies that wouldn't, basically it was like an underwater area, and it was incredibly scary, even if you're a high-level character, because you had UFOs which were above you that could fly down and almost insta-kill you if you walked under them. You had sharks that were underwater that could aggro you if you got near them. And then your little goldfish that would just follow you around. They wouldn't. They go to attack you, but they don't. They just follow you around. And the first time you meet them, you attack them back, thinking they're going to hurt you, but no, they're just little goldfish. They want love.
Honestly, fuck FF11.
Aww.
Listen. You know what? I've dabbled in crafting in FF14 before. All right, I've dabbled in it. I don't want to have to fucking pull out my goddamn fucking Poor Richard's Almanac so I can consult the tides, the star chart, and the fucking phases of the moon, and then break out my compass and look at the fucking biome I'm in so that I can craft a fucking sword. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, I remember that 11. That was good.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck, I want to fucking move to another part of this world. Guess I'm gonna get on a boat and go make a fucking sandwich and watch an episode of fucking some TV show. And then come back and find out that the ship I was on got sank by pirates and now I died and lost a level.
I missed that time. I missed the traveling. I do actually miss that boat travel in the airship.
The only reason I would have any interest in that existing is for RP, period. And I think that in that case, it should be optional.
You make the vampire walk the plank. Leave her in the middle.
Make the vampire walk the plank. Right. No. We like the vampire, don't you know?
I know. It's true.
Even in character, they idolize the vampire. It's hilarious.
It's true.
They harassed her until she said she would make them a vampire.
I will say this, like EverQuest used to have old travel where to get from one continent to the other, sometimes it would take like an hour boat ride.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantasy 11 took 12 minutes tops.
Yeah, and that's where, I mean, 11 was based off EverQuest. Like they looked at EverQuest and said, this is what the MMO we want to make, but we want to, they even made like, well, let's make some changes. Like boat travel shouldn't take an hour. Let me cut that back to 12 minutes, which is fine. 12 minutes. I mean, because the world was open. There was no, if I remember, 11 didn't have loading screens, right? It was like a truly open world.
No, it had loading screens.
Oh, that's right, it did. But it was more open than...
It was on the PS2. There was no way it was an open world.
Yeah.
It didn't have any, like, it was like the zones, you had to zone into a zone, or was...
Yeah, you always had to zone it. You always linked the zones together, but you always had to zone it.
I don't like that. I like having open worlds. Like, it even bothers me. I mean, granted, I know people are like...
Because it was on PS2.
I know. Yeah.
Well, in North America and Japan, Europe never got the PS2 version.
Boo.
Because we never got the hard drive.
That means you guys never got to play Metal Gear Solid 3 online either.
No.
That sucks. You missed out on the best online experience ever.
Well, I think we got the hard drive eventually, but by then Square Enix just couldn't be bothered.
Well, I mean, the biggest problem with FF11 is that they tethered themselves to a fucking console for 15 years after it was relevant.
Mm-hmm.
That's my biggest problem. Like, honestly, this is, I feel like such a shallow-ass bitch saying this, but, like, people say shit like, oh, well, WoW has this great story. Like, you're saying, like, that's a pretty cool idea. Let's go back in time and enact genocide and get a fucking dragon mount for it. Or fucking ride motorcycles around. Or fucking do all this other bullshit. And it's like, yeah, no, that all sounds cool, but the game's ugly.
I mean, they're constantly updating the. I mean, they just put in all new animations for graphics for spells effects and everything. So
Yeah, that's fine, but the game's still ugly.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the point with Blizzard. Like they want to keep it a Blizzard what I would consider Blizzard animation. But here's the thing: Blizzard will always
like Blizzard.
Well, no. Here's the deal: Blizzard will always put money into updating the game's graphics if the game warrants it. So that's, I mean, don't like, it may be like, oh, like, hey, it's ugly right now, but then it's like, hey, don't worry, because guess what? Pow, beautiful again. Because they'll just be like, here's money at it. We just threw money at it, and to make
As
it look prettier.
Right
again.
now, it still doesn't look better than FF14.
No, currently no. Currently no. Some of the newer.
And that's my problem.
Hold on. I would say some of the newer models, like God, what the hell's his name?
I should clarify my point.
Well, no, I was gonna say Terralion. Like when they make a new like a brand new from scratch model, like Terralion, the way he looks, Terralion looks fantastic. Like, and I'm like, well, they're clearly up in their game a little bit, and Terralion looks like, but it's still a cartoon. Like, I would say Final Fantasy 14 is less cartoony, more realistic in a sense.
And that's what I like about it. I don't.
I know.
I hate WoW's aesthetic.
I know. Well, listen.
And I hate that World of Warcraft is just Warhammer. And I hate that StarCraft is just Warhammer 40k. Because every time I see those two things, I just see that there's a better thing that it could have been, but it's not.
You know, they tried to get that, but they couldn't get the contract for it.
Yeah, they should have. They should have got the license. And you know what? They should have got the shit suit out of them by Games Workshop. But that didn't happen.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they did write so different that at that point it was pointless because it ended up not being Warhammer at all. Because Warhammer, I mean, I know the story and you don't, so like, to be fair, like, it's not Warhammer.
Okay, I'm more referring to StarCraft with 40k than I am with Warcraft to Warhammer.
Even then,
StarCraft at 40k is hard. Oh, all right. Tell me why the Zerg aren't just the Tyranid. I want to hear this. What is it that the Zerg have that the Tyranid don't?
Let's see. Hive Mind. Are we talking about StarCraft 1 or 2?
I haven't played 2, but I'm assuming they haven't significantly changed the lore between 1 and 2.
Oh.
Because why would
they? Because they can't. Because it's Blizzard. Because it's a Blizzard. No, that means they do change the lore a lot. So...
Okay, fine. I'll look up the story on StarCraft. Well, okay, but my point is, in StarCraft 1, they should have just got the shit suit out of them then. Because they just made the Tyranid. That being said, Games Workshop also stole, like, everything. So, like...
Sure. They can't say shit.
I mean, I have a friend who's way hardcore into comics, and he said, I forget the name of it. Maybe you guys know. The comic in the UK that first printed Judge Dredd. A magazine, like, it's a magazine that published comics back in the day, like in the 70s, 80s. They published, it's the same comic that first published Judge Dredd. They published a different comic. I forget the name of it, but my friend Sam remembers it. He told me about it. He showed me actual panels from it, like, oh, Jesus. It is just 40k, like 5 years before 40k came out. And Games Workshop hard ripped them off. Everything to do with the Imperium of Man, everything to do with the Space Marines, down to the elite units being called Terminators and their armor design is ripped off from that comic. Everything about it. The fact that it's now a theocracy worshipping the fucking emperor who is a god. The fact you have an Inquisition, like, that functions the way it does. Like, the Space Marines as a thing, everything about them, all of it. Like, fuck, it's hard ripped off. So, I mean, Games Workshop doesn't have the right to be pointing the finger around, but I still don't fucking like theft. I don't like IP theft. I think it's bullshit when it's theft. Like, I'm cool with, like, referential shit and stuff, but, you know, like, I mean, I make referential characters as fucking FF14 RP characters, but I'm not out here selling Gareth Gafgarian t-shirts. I'm not out here fucking trying to say, oh, no, this is my original character, don't steal it. Like, I don't do that shit. I just hate Blizzard as a company, like, in a big way. and it infuriates me. It infuriates me how popular they are. It infuriates me how much money they make.
Why?
Why? Because I hate StarCraft.
Okay.
It's a bad RTS.
It's not.
For how I
but
like
okay.
to play RTSs.
Okay.
Okay. Again, this is all from my perspective. I know that I'm wrong, and I know I'm wrong because Blizzard is richer than God. So clearly, what they're doing is working, but that doesn't stop me from hating them for doing it. Because I hate StarCraft. I don't like it at all. I never
Fair
played
enough.
Warcraft. I had no interest in playing Warcraft.
Warcraft's
I've never played World of Warcraft because it looks like a fucking cartoon, and I don't want
Fair
to play it. And I don't like the way any of the races look. I don't like that you're locked to certain classes by race. Like FF14, you can play any character or you can play any job on every character you make. Fuck yeah, that's the only way it should be. The only way. Fuck off. That's the only way you should be able to do things.
Anyway, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I don't blame you, Chili.
Oh right, it is getting late for you. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Oh no, it's okay. I was just enjoying the rant.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. But like, so okay, so you have that. You fucking have Hearthstone. I don't like card games, and it's not that great a card game anyway. Fucking the only card game I ever gave a fuck about was fucking Magic, and I only played that because a friend hooked me up with Cockatrice. And it's all right, but like, fuck card games. I don't like that they have a MOBA that sucks, that my friends keep telling me I need to play with them. Like, no, it's okay. Like, fucking, I don't like their character designs. I don't like any Blizzard character. I don't like them. They are all the weakest equivalent of their trope for anything. Fucking Kyle Rayner sucks. Fucking Kerrigan is the only character that Blizzard has ever put out that I actually think is at all cool. And what I like about her is the concept of going, I got hard fucked so bad that I'm going to assimilate a fucking alien hive mind to get revenge. That's metal as hell. That's awesome. Oh, and Arthas. What I know of Arthas, he's fucking rad too. But like, I don't like any of the other characters I know about. I fucking hate Overwatch. I hate Overwatch. I'm so fucking sick of hearing about Overwatch. I'm so fucking sick of people talking about Overwatch and fucking Overwatch news and Overwatch porn and everything to do with fucking Overwatch. I'm so sick of it. I'm so done with Overwatch. I was sick of Overwatch a year ago. God. Right, we're on your channel. This isn't my fucking platform to fucking preach about how much I hate Blizzard, is it?
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I mean, as someone who played WoW for fucking 12 plus years, I mean, was WoW story really good? Sure. Like, I mean, they made a lot of, like, when you were talking about time travel, I didn't want to hop in there and be like, well, they use time travel, but they don't use time travel in like, and I don't want to say it in a shit way because it was written way early in the lore, like RTS times. So it was already like pre-established that the bronze dragonflight were the time dragons, and the whole point of them was like, no, we have to make sure that time stays in its proper place. So it's never like, hey, we're going back in time to fuck with time to make changes. It's, hey, we're going back in time to make sure this shit still happened. Like when you go back to do the genocide thing, you're making sure that it still happened.
Okay, that's fair. Because VTM, I write VTM as having something similar going on because the true Bruja are the sickest shit ever. I guess, like, how can I put this? I don't like anything Blizzard has ever made, and I would like to like things that Blizzard has made because everyone I know, well, okay, not everyone I know, but so many people that I know, like, fall over backwards for things Blizzard makes.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear people all the time talk about how Blizzard has made, like, only makes the best of whatever they make. Like, they made the best FPS, the best RTS. And it's like, I don't like any of them, though. You know what I fucking like, Flatus? I like Age of Empires 2. That's what I fucking like. I like Homeworld. Homeworld's fucking awesome. Because I want... I like Dawn of War, but I like fucking Firestorm over Cronus way more than I like Dawn of War. Which I don't know if that mod has any. I don't know if anyone knows what that mod is anymore. But that was the mod that made Dawn of War, whatever the second one was, the one after Winter Assault. Not Dawn of War 2, the expansion. The one that added the Tau and all that, and the fucking Eldar.
Hold on, I go ahead.
It's the one before Soulstorm and after Winter Assault.
I have it on my Steam. Hold on.
Dark Crusade.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. Like, there's a mod for that makes it like very, very, very close to just a video game equivalent to the miniatures tabletop game. That's awesome. That's great. But like, just it irritates me. Like, Blizzard has all this fucking money and they make all this shit and people fucking like it, and I don't like any of it, and I wish I would like it. Kane says Blizzard is Apple. You know what, Kane? I'd say Apple's worse, but I mostly agree with you.
Apple is worse. I will say Apple's worse.
Apple.
But here's why. Blizzard listens to its players. I got to give them credit where credit's due. Blizzard will always listen to its player base. Now, is the player base always right? No. And will Blizzard point that out? Absolutely. But when the player base is like, hey, yo, you know, it'd be really cool if you guys did it. For example, right, they were going to release a lore book for Overwatch, like this whole, like, hey, this whole backstory that explain all the characters. They didn't release it on the purpose of that, since the players were writing lore or developing lore behind these characters, and they're like, fuck it, we like this lore so much better that they're like, fuck it, we'll scrap the book because we don't want to ruin it for everybody. Like, that's how much they care about. Like, that's why people love Blizzard. Blizzard puts more care than, like, Blizzard. The reason why Blizzard can shit on a platter and be like, here's our new game, is because people are head over heels for Blizzard as a company. Blizzard, like, if you talked, and I know people that work at Blizzard, and if you ask them, do you love your job? Do you love working for Blizzard? Blizzard promotes like happy people, and that shows through their games. Now, are people going to like their games? No, not necessarily. And Blizzard knows that. And there may not be a Blizzard game for anybody. Like, you may not like any of the Blizzard games. Like, because Blizzard this is how Blizzard develops their games. The barrier for entry is really low. The skill ceiling is really high. So that's why it's like, hey, anybody can play our games. But if you want to be really fucking good at our games, you can be really good at our games. And that's why it's so popular. That's why Overwatch is so popular, because you can go in and be like, I'm mediocre, but I'm still having fun. But then you watch a high skill level player play and you're like, fuck, that guy can play. So it's the same with their RTS. It's like, you can play StarCraft 1 or 2. 2, in my opinion, 2 is fantastic. 2 is really solid. Especially since it's free.
Maybe I'll try to.
Especially since, by the way, you can play free on the multiplayer. You won't get the story, but you can also just play the multiplayer for free. Absolutely.
Story's all I give a shit about.
Oh, okay then. Fuck it. 20th time.
I don't give a single fuck about playing with other people.
So, well, you can also play duos with other people as well. I don't know if I think those are story based. I think, but they're not like major story based. I think those are like side stories. Anyway, and Heroes of the Storm is a MOBA. Listen, I agree with you on one thing. The one thing I don't like that Blizzard does is try to make everything that they're making currently like into a fucking esport. To me, Blizzard needs to go stop that bullshit. That is the worst thing that they have ever decided to do. Yeah. I like, you know what I like is when Blizzard says, fuck it, we're going to make, like with Heroes of the Storm, they're like, hey, listen, fuck it, we're going to throw shit out the window and just be like, hey, we're going to give you raid bosses. Or for example, Cho'Gall is one character played by 2 people.
Yeah.
And that's dope as shit. And I'm like, do more of that. That is really cool. That is shit that League of Legends isn't. I'm like, go fucking ham on the wall with your fucking your MOBA. Go crazy with it. I don't give a shit. Fucking put in a talking piece of shit that can fucking fly across the map and poop on people. I don't care. Go nuts with it. Because they should. Because that's what they're really good at. They're really good at going crazy with it. But they're also really good at developing their world and all that. That's why WoW is so successful, because they put hidden secret shit in it. And when the community's like, hey, there's something secret here. Listen, I'm in the Discord for like WoW's like secret finders club, where like people's like, hey, I think I found something. And then all of a sudden, like 20,000, there's like fucking 20,000 people in that Discord. They're all like, like fucking ready to pounce on all their servers. Like, what the fuck's going on? And because they're really good at that bullshit. That's something which we just discussed on our show. Like, Final Fantasy is not great at that currently. 11 was apparently. 14's not. That's why we're saying like
okay. Yeah, because when you say this, you're referring to like the Edda ghost showing up and shit like that.
Yes, but like even beyond that, like like it's deeper than that. Like for example, WoW hides for big example, in Pandaria, right? Like one of the big things is like
fucking Pandaria.
Hold on. First of all, that compared to fucking Cataclysm, I'm not gonna ever call it Cataclysm. It's Cataclysm. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just anybody listening. It's Cataclysm. Pandaria was actually a solid like expansion. Its story was great
because talking human pandas is fucking stupid.
It's not different than talking human fucking werewolves.
It is different because talking human werewolves are cool, and
You could be one.
pandas suck as an animal.
You could be
They
one.
are literally so bad at being animals that we had to spend millions and millions and millions of dollars and decades of effort to prevent them from going extinct because they suck so much at staying alive that like they don't even want to fuck and make babies because pandas suck that much. We should have just let them die and then put that money towards a species that's worth fucking saving.
Please send all hate mail to @SafestSephiroth on Twitter.
Yeah. Fucking tell me how great pandas are. I'll fucking school your ass. Fuck
How
you.
fucking great pandas are. Anyway.
Red pandas I'm fine with because they're actually cute, but fuck pandas.
You can make a red panda. It's not.
But it's not actually a red panda. It's a panda that's red. There's a difference.
No. You can make red panda tail and all.
But it's not. It's a panda person, and that's fucking stupid. And I hate it.
Of course they're the race.
Yeah, and it's fucking stupid. When I first saw that trailer, whenever that first came out, like I saw it on TV, I thought it was a fucking April Fool's Day joke. That and Kingdom Hearts. Those are the two things that I saw that, and I'm like, is this a fucking Saturday Night Live sketch? And I forgot that it's Saturday or some shit? Because it looks like trash, and it's fucking stupid.
No. But my favorite dungeon was the brewery. That was the best dungeon. Because
that's the problem. Like I don't like it could be the best video game on the world. For all I know, it is. I hear so many people say so many good things about it. Like WoW is probably really great. Like I bet you, I believe everyone who tells me that WoW is a fantastic MMO. I believe that's trash pandas are not pandas. Raccoons are awesome. Raccoons are awesome because they're resourceful and intelligent, and they can fucking figure shit out and solve puzzles and shit, and they have adorable little hands, and they're cool. Fucking,
trash bears.
They're awesome.
Trash bears.
Raccoons are fucking great.
Trash bears are rabies carrying vermin.
This is also true. Both of these things are true.
He likes that. He's good with it. Anyway,
I'm so down with their rabies.
Anyway, what I was trying to explain, regardless if it was pandas or not,
sorry,
they hid lore throughout the world, right? And you could collect this lore, and you'd go to the temple, the lore keepers, and if you collected enough lore, or you went around, like it was hidden throughout the world, you would get when you delivered like lore back to them, you would get a really cool fucking cutscene explaining the lore. And two, if you got like I think it was like 20 of them, you got a cloud flying mount. You're like, fuck yeah. So you're
Warframe does something similar.
So yeah, and like that's really cool. Like that's yet again the stuff we're talking about. Like, and I get it. Like WoW's not for everybody. I'm not here to push Warcraft on anybody. I went back just for lore reasons to go play Argus, just because that as somebody who played it for fucking that long, you're like, oh shit, the planet that Russian space goats came from. Yeah, I'll go check that shit out. So
Russian space ghost.
Yes, yeah.
The
Goats, space goats, Russian space goats.
Oh, that's less interesting. I thought you said ghosts.
No, I mean, to be fair, they have donks and they have great accents. So if you like big butts and Russian accents, then
on goats.
They're not really goats. They just have hooved feet. They're aliens technically.
I'm gonna change your Discord name to Flatus as a goat fucker.
No, please don't.
Oh, you want us to leave it as a big dick gay condom?
No, I just want to be the other one that I was.
All right, I'm gonna change it to
Daddy Christmas. No, I'm just saying, like, And thank you for if you're still here hanging out while we rabble.
Oh yeah, no, this is the Crucible bringing our trash, bringing our fucking awfulness to a fucking Maelstrom radio stream for once. Last time we brought you over here, now we're doing it backwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this on the upload later, but that's fine. I mean, the audio's fine. Like the video, I'll have to cut out.
Yeah,
which is fine. Luckily, that's why I did the outro song and waited a second so I know where to cut it. No, it's Blizzard as a company is like just really smart in how they handle their business. Like they know where to put their money. It's weird to think like the reason why they just make a shit ton of money is because they make relatable characters, they make cool stories, they put a lot of outside content like digital comics, and that's all free. They just recently put out a mini short story that I can download off iTunes and listen to. The last one was beautifully done. The guy who voice acted it and read it, fantastic. They do that shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. Square's starting to do that. They're like stories from the Stormblood. Like you know, like go and read that bullshit. And apparently we got tea time with fucking Alice, Elise, and Justola.
I don't.
Buff
My
Symmetra.
problem is I feel like this is my same problem with FF15. Well, one of my many fucking problems with that piece of shit game is that I feel that supplemental materials, even though I'm a mark and I totally bought the fucking lore book at FanFest, I feel that when a game, well, any kind of story, but especially if it's a game, if the story can't stand on its own, if it requires some kind of outside material, and I'm not talking about like a sequel, right? I'm talking like, oh, well, you should watch this movie, but first you have to read the book that is unrelated, that is not the movie. Like, fuck you. You want to get the full story of Final Fantasy 15? That's not very good. Go ahead and pay for a $20 movie, and then pay however much to watch a fucking anime, and then play the game. And like, no, fuck you. Fuck that. 15 sucks. The way 15 tells stories sucks. Telling stories that way is awful. And okay, let me rephrase this, okay? I don't mind supplemental materials, right? And like specifically in the context of the FF14 shit and I assume the Warcraft shit, you don't need those stories to understand what's going on in the plot, right? You never
don't
see a main conversation where it's like, I have no fucking idea what anyone's talking about or why these characters are behaving the way they are.
Oh, hold on. Actually, unfortunately, WoW does add WoW handles it in a different way. WoW, yeah. Unfortunately, Warcraft does add stuff that maybe or for example, the audio play they did was great, and it was like, hey, what happened in between this expansion and this expansion? Here's this short little audio play you can download for free and listen to, which is phenomenal, by the way. Go do it. But it gave you it led you that 4-part story, which is maybe I don't know, hour and a half in total to listen to all 4 episodes. But it was enough, and it was so well voice acted and great, free, no cost extra. It was part of your sub. You didn't even have to pay for the game to go listen to it and download it. It's right on iTunes. It's available for free. You go listen to it, you're like, fuck, that was just really good content. Just really free good content. And
well, that is the best way to do something that pisses me off, but it still pisses me off.
Yeah, damn it, why is it so good? The same with their digital comics. They're fucking they have animations to them, and they're kind of neat to read, and some of them are, the Overwatch ones are very backstory and deep lore explaining the world, stuff like that. The WoW one was all right, that's cool, it gave you kind of story behind characters, and you're like, all right. I mean, it wasn't motivation purpose. The only one that I still point out to people that are I know WoW lore, I'm and they drop Anduin sucks, I'm guess you didn't read this comic. Because you would have seen a badass Anduin.
I feel like a story to be good must stand on its own. And splitting a story across mediums means that the story doesn't stand on its own. And like, I know Koji Fox has said about FF14, like, the problem is that there's so much more story than they can fit in the game. It's like, okay, well, then fucking change the game. Fucking figure out a way to do it. Fucking, I don't care if it has to be a book in the fucking game. Let me go fucking buy the book or read the book or fucking have an in-game library I go to and read all these fucking stories in-game. That's all I want. It could be the exact same shit, just accessible through a fucking book like in the goddamn Elder Scrolls games, and I would like that.
WoW has both.
Of course WoW has that.
I just, you know,
of course WoW has that.
But the story does stand on its own. Like, this is just extra. Like, all right, when you could play through the story and be like, all right, I know what the story is. It's very, here is what it is. Here is what it is in the context of story. Actually, so much so that when you're learning about Illidan's past, it plays through an old novel they wrote during the RTS days called the what was it? The War of the Ancients, which was about Illidan becoming the demon hunter that he is. And you get to play through that story in game, so you could have never gone back to like early days WoW, like Warcraft 3, Warcraft 2, and read that book. I have, but I've been playing through it. I was like, fuck, they nailed it, because like, even though you didn't get the whole story, you got enough to know what the fuck was going on and be like, all right, that's cool. That's the War of the Ancients, and you got to play through the War of the Ancients. So I was like, fuck, this is like, and that use of time travel. It was more of a use of here's a memory, and like, all right, and you just play through that Illidan's memory. You play it as Illidan, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. Not even my own character. I get to play as this fucking asshole and go do that shit to go relive this moment in his life.
That's fucking weird, but all right.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's like, fuck, all right. But it's kind of powerful at the same time, because you're like doing shit that he did, so you kind of connect with him on a deeper level as a character. So you're like, all right, I understand why Illidan did this, because, you know, other people see it as bad.
All this cool shit has to be in WoW.
What do you think we're trying to make a point tonight? Saying like, you could do this, Final Fantasy. Other people are fucking doing it, clearly. Others. God damn it.
Dude, I want so bad. Like, here's my thing. Here's my situation. I am so hard locked to FF14, even outside of like the Crucible and all that shit, that it doesn't actually matter if it's good. We left Ishgard. We're not going back. That's all that matters. Dude, fucking the rest of Stormblood could be terrible, and I don't care. I don't care, because it's not Heavensward. And it's still FF14. As long as FF14 is better than Final Fantasy 15, and I like it more than I like 13, then it succeeded. As long as FF14 is not the worst Final Fantasy, then it's succeeding as far as I'm concerned. And it doesn't matter if it's the best MMO to me. Obviously, I want it to have fucking people playing it. I want them to keep having the money come in so they can have the budget to do shit, you know? But like, I don't care if it's the best. Like, I've heard you guys have like talk a lot about this. Like, you talked when we did the thing. You talked on this episode. I did listen to much of this episode. I had to mute it when we were doing the ASR show. I hope you understand that. But like, I hear you talk about all these really cool things, and you're right. They are really cool things, and it would be great if we had them. It would be great if we had an in-game calendar to coordinate events. It would be great if we had an in-game like cross data center even messaging system. That would be awesome. It would be great if we had. Yeah, it would be great if we had the system that WoW has now, where instead of having to spend fucking hundreds of thousands of gil on glamour prisms, you just fucking destroy something, and now you have it forever, and you can just make anything look like it. That's awesome. That's great. I agree.
Yeah, it's actually not. You don't even have to destroy it. I mean, you can destroy it to get it out of your bank, but once you have the like the transmog or the glamour, I'm just gonna say glamour because that's easier. Once you have the glamour, it's on a list, and you're like, you can just select it whenever you want to use it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want that. I want that a lot.
Yeah, that's great quality of life stuff.
Yeah, and that's like, you were totally right when you were talking before. Like, they should make a whole lot of quality of life improvements. But like, at the end of the day, I don't actually care about any of that. I don't super hard. Like, dude, you remember when you couldn't fucking summon a chocobo if you were queued for a dungeon?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. But like, the upside of that being changed is that I have made millions of gil on Valbum where like Gild's really valuable on Balmung because all the prices are really low on Balmung. I have made millions of gil on Balmung just by selling Thavnarian onions that I bought before that patch came through when they were down to like 80,000 a piece. I bought like 30 of them. And now those things are selling for what, 200, 300k now? And the price is rising? Because go figure, the price is rising.
Everybody go to Balmung and get Thavnarian onions.
Fuck yeah, Thavnarian onions are valuable as shit, man. I just wish, like, you know what else I want? I want to have I want everything that I get on the Mong station to be account wide. And I know why it's not account wide. It's because it makes more money if you don't have it account wide. And I don't like that they bullshit us and we're like, oh, well, it's harder to do that. Like, I'm sure it's harder to fucking do that. I'm sure it's so difficult.
They do it now. Yeah, they do it now already. They already do it.
Yeah. They already do it with some things. But they can't do it with everything. Why would they do it with everything? Why is it that you can, like, I would agree to a compromise because I'm the fucker with 24 characters, yeah? I would agree to a compromise of just let me have, like, Play Dead is like, what, $5? Let me give you 20 and now it's account wide. I would be fine with that.
Not even that, like, it's a fucking emote. Just make it account wide. Like, they can do that. I don't understand why that's
because money.
I know, like, don't get me wrong. I know it's money. I know it absolutely is a money thing. WoW, like, there's certain things WoW does, and then you're like, fuck that. That's money. That's a money thing. Like, you're like, damn, that's a cool looking mount.
Square Enix
like,
needs to make a money.
Yeah. No shit. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I will talk bullshit about Warcraft all day because I do. At the same time, I say,
I'm
like,
starting to notice a trend of how you talk about things you love.
Well, I mean, I love Final Fantasy 14. I mean, you want me to talk some bullshit? I will. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm starting to notice a trend. You talk bullshit on everything that you love because you don't care enough to talk bad shit on the things you don't.
I mean, should I really care to talk bad shit about the things? Like, I mean, do you really want to hear the complaints?
I don't think that. I think that that's a healthier way to live, Flatus, and it just reinforces what I've been saying on Twitter for weeks now, that you're just a sickeningly good person.
All right. Well, all right. So, which one do you want me to crack out first? WoW or fucking Final Fantasy?
As much as I would love to hear you shit talk WoW, I don't know. I don't have the context about WoW.
Like the basis. Is Paul?
I don't know anything about WoW.
Paul, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, just check.
Sorry. Oh,
I just wanted to make sure Paul was alive. So.
Yeah, I'm playing Diablo.
All right. Speaking of Blizzard games.
Paul.
Speaking of Blizzard games.
I fucking hate Diablo too.
I'm sure you do.
The problem, I think, honestly, the real problem with Blizzard games, now that I really think about it, I bet you if Blizzard made a game in a genre that I like, I would probably like it.
Probably.
Because I'm very finicky about RTSs. I like Age of Empires 2 because it's old as fuck and it's fairly slow paced. I don't like Twitch games because I don't have great reflexes. I've never had great reflexes. My hands tremble too much, so I can't play Overwatch either because Lord knows I can't get a fucking match in Overwatch where I didn't get blown the fuck out ever since competitive started being a thing. My problem is I want to, if I play a competitive team-based game, then if my team fails, I want it to be my fault. But like, fucking, I hate first-person shooters. I hate competitive first-person shooters. I like single-player ones just fine, you know? I like Wolfenstein, I like Doom. I'm really bad at Doom. But like, I don't like playing competitive shooters, especially team-based ones, because like, it's like you're playing Overwatch. If the enemy team has a really good Widowmaker, if they have a good enough Widowmaker, then it does not matter what you do if you're my level of play. I'm not that great. So all I end up being is food for a Widowmaker, and that's it. And it's fucking awful. I don't like it. Like, I don't like Overwatch. So I don't like competitive first-person shooters. I don't like MMOs. I've established the only reason I play Final Fantasy XIV is despite it being an MMO. because it's Final Fantasy and I have friends that I RP with through it, and that's it. That's what Final Fantasy 14 is for me, an RP platform that has gameplay.
And the Crucible now.
And the Crucible, we only the Crucible as an extension of RP.
I would love if you fucked with everybody on April Fools and like somehow got like a free to play MMO, or somehow just made WoW characters on the free to play version.
Made Kagome and Yomiko on a fucking WoW server.
And put it on a whole and just drop it and just fucking like wait a minute.
Just talk like have to spend like years of research into WoW so I know everything there is to know about WoW lore and put on an episode pretending that we were always a WoW thing.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yep.
Holy shit.
If you need help, let me know. If you need help, let me know. Absolutely, we'll help you.
We'll talk off screen.
All right.
But like I don't like that. I don't like Diablo because I don't like left clicking so bad that I get fucking tendonitis in my fucking finger. Fuck Diablo. The only one of those games I ever enjoyed that style of game I ever enjoyed was Torchlight, and I enjoyed Torchlight for like 15 hours, or Torchlight 2. I was like, I'm not good. Okay, I'm good. I never need to play any more of this genre ever again. Okay. Do you count like X-Men Legends as that? Because I don't, because it was played with a controller. But if you do, I liked that.
Yeah, it's just played with a controller. Although Diablo on console plays really well, and it plays with a controller. To be fair, I mean.
So, like, I guess Kane says, what if they made a Weeaboo game and gave you a free otaku pillow? I would actually love a free otaku pillow because I love pillows. Like, just in general, I have a lot of pillows. I like sleeping with a lot of pillows. It's comfortable. It's comfortable, dude. You got to get the pillow between the legs so that it keeps your fucking spine aligned. But no, like, fucking tell you what. When Blizzard makes a single player RPG, I'll play it. I'll give them that attention. I'll try. I'll give it a try. I'll give it an honest try, even as long as it's not WoW, as long as it's not Warcraft affiliated or StarCraft affiliated. You know, they make their own new IP. They make it a fucking single player RPG. I'm giving my word publicly. I will play it.
I would love to see this. I would love Blizzard. I know you're not listening, but Blizzard fucking get on that.
They're never going to, because all of their games are multiplayer, because that's what makes them money. But if they ever did, it'd be like Divinity Original Sin 2.
Okay, yeah.
That's apparently really fucking good because it's just a tabletop game as a video game. Like, they actually did it. I've heard a lot of people tell me they actually did it, finally. They did the thing that people have been trying and wanting to do for decades. They actually did it. And if that's true, then holy shit.
Oh, no, they did. Divinity 2. Like, if you need to go watch video. Like Divinity 1 was, that was like, hey, and they were like, damn, this is close. Divinity 2, they're like, fucking nailed it. Like, the DM mode is insane on that game. Fucking sane. In fact, there's quests, like, there's so many different ways to complete a quest that you could do it one way and I can do it a complete different way and still get a different result, because you're like, I went through the woods and killed wolves and I did it this way, and I'm like, oh, I just went this way and I did it this way and I still got, and we may end up doing it differently, like the action, like the adventure that it takes us on, but the goal may be the same, if that makes any sense. Which is good, because that's what a tabletop is. Like, the DM still has like a goal in mind, but the paths we choose are different for each of us, which is great. Anyway,
I think really what it comes down to me when it comes to Divinity 2 is I am skeptical that, like, I'm not skeptical that they managed to make it very similar to a tabletop game in that kind of regard. I'm skeptical that they managed to make it accommodating for how I play tabletop games.
I would love to see.
Dude, it's $45. If someone buys it for me, I'll stream it. I don't fucking care. I don't care if it's the worst looking fucking bullshit ever. I don't care if I have to solo stream it. I will stream Divinity.
Wait, hold on. If somebody buys it for me, I'll stream it with. hold on. Let me get on that train.
Yeah, let's co-op that shit.
Let's get on that train. From the guys who brought you the Jane Austen MMO.
It's a little bit of an upgrade.
This one's good, we promise.
No, it's a side grade, Flatus.
Oh,
It's got a lot of improvements in some regards, but it does not let us fucking skyrocket our horses into the earth.
I was so pissed. It looked like it was gonna be done. Thought I could glitch my. I got my horse into the basement. I don't even know how I did that. But...
I was hearing people talk on a podcast about some of the Divinity 2 shit though, and like it's pretty nuts.
Go watch Matt Mercer, the guy who voices fucking. You know,
I know a lot about Matt Mercer.
He showed off the DM mode with YouTubers, and it's fucking crazy.
That sounds about right.
Does
he voice the DM in that game?
I know. It's so powerful. The tools are so fucking powerful. He DM'd. Literally DM'd. Like, tabletop DM. It's like, essentially, they did it better than Sword Coast Legends did it. And Sword Coast Legends wasn't that great at it. And that was fucking licensed through D&D. Fucking Divinity. I don't know what fucking voodoo magic Divinity 2 used, or whose soul they sold to the devil, but they fucking nailed it.
Well, you know, I heard that one of the things they did is they actually, first off, they had a fuckload of writers, and second off, they had, what's his name? The guy who wrote for Fallout 1 and 2, I think he did some of the writing for New Vegas, and one of the Baldur's Gates, that guy, apparently he wrote a significant chunk of Divinity 2.
Perfect.
So, that's a pedigree. I wish I'd ever played any of those games. I wish I'd been able to play those fucking isometric games and get the fuck over how primitive and awful they look.
I mean, at the time...
They didn't. I know.
Yeah, at the time they didn't.
But at the time, I was playing Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger. And
Chrono Trigger. Same.
Super Mario RPG.
Oh, yo, I listen. I'm just saying, if the end secret boss of Savage isn't Kulix from fucking...
Kulix?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Damn right.
Listen, because as soon as they said, like, hey, we can pull from any game, like, any story, I was like, better be fucking Kulix in this bitch. Like, don't tell me.
They can't do Kulix.
Yeah, they can.
They can't do Kulix.
Fuck you, Nintendo. Yeah,
exactly. If Nintendo let them use Kulix, that would be the best.
It would be the best.
But
they might, because fucking
those two companies haven't gotten along in years.
No, they're making that new fucking RPG for the Switch, right? Have you seen that?
Octopath, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, fucking Octodick or whatever.
Octodad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Octodick. 8 dicks. No, all right. So like, you want to all right. So honestly, if you want me to hear make complaints about Final Fantasy 14, like not like it does this really well and I wish it did this, like actual complaints. Sure, let's roll that out.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, sure. I think your leveling system needs to be fucking overhauled. It's terrible. It's just terrible. Like the 1 through 50 zones are bad. You need to figure out, first of all, the fucking throw yourself a party and get cheese area needs a deep overhaul, because I've had people want to play this game and when they get to that section, they're like, are you telling me I gotta go through this bullshit? And I hate it. I don't understand why everything's a fucking fetch quest. Like, don't get me wrong, you did fucking good and you let me shoot some dudes in the neck with darts and some sheep, but I need more of that. Please fucking need more of that. You need to make things more interesting. Ugh. Fuck. That needs to go. Like, that's why I don't level.
I want to clarify. I would like some clarification.
Sure.
When you say the leveling system, do you mean like how leveling works, or how bullshit it is to level from 1 to 50?
How bullshit it is to level 1 through 50.
Okay.
How bullshit.
I agree. Palace of the Dead fucking sucks, and it's the best we've got.
Yeah, it is. It is. Now, don't get me wrong. I think they could bump up what? Who gives a shit? Bump up the XP. Who the fuck cares? Who are you slowing down? What are you like? Well, this is more like, you're not slowing anyone down. All you're doing is telling people like, well, your option is buy the fucking jump potion.
I think honestly, what they should do, like, I think you can make 2 very minor changes, and it completely fixes that problem. Because first off, I don't know if you've started a new character anytime recently.
I have.
Story experience is ridiculous now.
It is
ridiculous.
Now, you know what I also noticed?
Nice. What's that?
Also, if you're on a low pop server, that XP boost under 60 is fucking
Yep.
great.
Dude, I ran into someone who was level 25 doing their first run as Sastasha.
Yeah, you level so quick with that fucking bonus. And I'm just like, all right, this doesn't need to be on low pop servers. This needs to be on all fucking servers. I understand like
Well-
you doing it. I mean, I understand why they're doing it so they can get people on that server. But guess what? Guess what? If you want people on the servers, this is how you do it. Just make them on. Like you can only choose from these different servers. Congratulations, this is where your character's going, and fuck off. Could do that.
Honestly, what they could do is they could just straight up be like, hey, if you make a character on these servers, you have the option to do one of multiple things and have those things just be like free story jump potion, free job jump potion, shitload of gil, like the various things like that. Like you made a new character on this server, here's your choices. You know, maybe they have something like, okay, you have a level 70 character. Okay, any new character you make starts at like level 50.
I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay if the bonus to leveling, it went like, hey, you're at 70, here's extra 100. I know it's like 50% extra, but I'm like, no.
It gets really big at the low levels.
It does, but for example, EQ2 does it this way. Like for every time you've maxed out something, like let's say if you max out like you get an extra, like so you max out your first job or your first class, you get 100% bonus. You max out your second one, another 100% bonus. You max out the third one, another so it increases, so you're leveling faster for every fucking class to incentivize you to keep leveling fucking classes. So it's like, if I just keep leveling
now
classes,
that they got rid of cross-class system, like there's no longer a point to leveling more than one job on each character.
Exactly.
Which in a way I'm kind of cool with as an RPer because like I like that I can I have way more characters at endgame now than I ever have before. And the reason for that is one, because I needed a lot of characters in Stormblood area or Heavensward areas and later in Stormblood areas anyway. But two, I don't have to level Dragoon. I can play Monk. I don't have to level a Dragoon to play Monk anymore. You know? I don't have to fucking level Paladin to play a Dark Knight. And that's awesome. I don't have to level Conjurer to unlock Paladin. You know? Like, that shit's great. However, you're totally right that a leveling system is bad. I'm just looking at it from the perspective of I love the changes that they've made so far, and I would like them to continue doing that. But like honestly, right? I was gonna make my point. I think they can completely fix the problem with it and not even make that drastic a change as far as the leveling shit goes. If they do two things and just two things, okay? One, you update the fate system so that it's good, because in Stormblood those fates are really good. Stormblood fates are legitimate competition for dungeon grinding if you're a DPS. As far as, I mean, I don't know how you feel about the subject, Flatus, but I kind of got really obsessive about the numbers to, like, what's the fastest way to level to certain points because I have a lot of characters. But like fates in Stormblood, fucking awesome. Every single fate that you get an XP bonus on is worth the same as a side quest or an MSQ quest, and that's really good fucking XP. So if they would just fucking bring that backwards, and suddenly Heavensward Fates and Realm Reborn Fates are worth doing, that'd be fucking helpful.
You know what would have been a great time to implement that, to make it feel like a worthwhile thing. Yokai Watch would have been a great time. Yokai. Well, yes, but Yokai Watch would have been a great, like, hey, Yokai Watch event. You're like, okay, fuck, and they're like, oh, but also we're throwing in the crystal fucking XP, guys. Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Dude, they can even make them yokai. Fucking theme it to the event. Wouldn't that be fucking nice?
It would have been nice. Would have been great. Could have done.
Hey, they could even have the yokai just be the yokai that in that area you need to fucking do the thing for anyway, right? Like you go to the one zone, it's like, oh, it's the fucking fairy that you kill for XP bonus is a whisper. Like, sure, awesome, great. I'm down with that. And the other thing I was going to say is massively increase Palace of the Dead rewards. I fucking hate Palace of the Dead, but if it was like even better XP, I might consider it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Palace of the Dead. I fucking hate Palace of the Dead. But like, on the other hand, like, when I actually really start getting going, because I'm kind of burned out on mechanics on the game for now, and RP has just been exhausting lately. But like, when I'm really going, I found that if you're patient, leveling is not actually that hard. And I don't mean that in the sense of like, no, just do fates for 3 days. I mean like, if you just do a leveling roulette every day and a trial roulette every day, and that's it, you'll get pretty far pretty quick. So what I ended up doing was I had something like 5 or 6 characters that every single day, trial roulette, leveling roulette, and that got me to Stormblood pretty quick.
Hold on a second. Kane, what's your name in chats or in the server so I can...
I need to find out if my audio just cut out. Fucking headphones. Okay, we're good.
Well, all right. So there's also the fact that so besides leveling, which can easily be fixed yet again, and the problem is if Shin was here, Shin might be the person who says, "Well, you can't do that." And sometimes he's right. Sometimes he's. I mean, like for example, when we talked about how PvP, I was like, oh no, dude, they can easily make just PvP, just fucking like open it up, make us freelancers. He's like, oh, I don't know, I don't think they can do that. And they did it, and he's like, fuck, you were right. I was like, yeah, I think they could do that.
Yeah, it's almost like it worked.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, like Shin's day job wise, Shin's a great programmer. Like he knows his shit, and he knows like the concepts behind like programming. But I'm like, sometimes I'm like, listen, I know if you throw enough money at something, it'll fucking work eventually. Also, Feeney and Kane, you both have access. Not sure. So,
do you think, because you know a lot more about MMOs than I do you think that it bespeaks to their I would call it over caution with what they're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a part of them being just a Japanese developer thing?
No, I think it's a 1.0 thing. I think that they're so afraid of 1.0 happening again. They're afraid of risk at this point. And I understand, but you need. Here's the thing. 1.0 was bad, but not because of the team that's currently running it. I think Yoshi P's got a great mind. Yoshi P's played a lot of other MMOs himself. I think he's proud of what he's done. And I think he wants to take those risks. Like he continually says, like, Jesus Christ, Feeney. Feeney, I thought you wanted to come here and talk. Not fucking post minion shit. So with that,
Jesus, Feeney, why?
Yeah. God damn it, Feeney. So with that being said, I'm like, you need to step back and say, all right, if you are saying, hey, we're creating content that's never been seen in MMO before, that's cool. That's a big statement to make. That is a real big statement to make. But you needed to say, hey, we're going to create stuff, and you needed to show it off at FanFest. You needed to rather put it in the game at launch, or say, hey, listen, it's coming, and kind of give us an idea what it is. And say, hey, this is the idea. And it better not be fucking Blitzball. I don't give a shit. Like, it's cool. Blitzball will be cool when it comes out.
We're never going to agree on this, because I think if they added Blitzball, that would be the greatest fucking thing they've ever done. No. I'm not saying I'm not saying I don't want Blitzball. I just don't say, hey, we're creating something that's never been an MMO before, and then say it's Blitzball. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, that's fair.
If
you make that bold a statement, you would like it to be something.
Yeah, it better. Yes, and then fucking yeah, it's like, and here's what it is, and it's like, all right, I mean, I'm gonna be at half chub. Or like when they said it, I got half chub. I'm gonna be half chub when I'm ready to see it. But if you come at Blitzball, my penis may invert.
It's going to retract all the way into your body.
Yeah. Yes. Literally, it'll fuck me inside out.
So it didn't happen.
I apologize to anybody listening.
I just want to point out that Feeney is wrong and Blitzball is great. And the absolute best thing ever would be if your Blitzball team was your Grand Company Squadron. because I would love. I put a lot of work into my fucking Grand Company Squadrons because I had faith that someday that's gonna mean something, and it fucking better.
It won't.
It will. I believe. They said they're gonna add some bullshit where you can go into dungeons with them or some bullshit like that. They will. They'll add it. I believe. Have to believe. It's not Lords of Verminion. It's actually something people are doing. They'll make it better someday.
I never went that in the game. Never.
I think it's hilarious that Lords of Verminion is the joke.
It is. I mean, do you blame them? I mean, like, it's not even a great.
The best friend Chocobo Racing and Triple Triad ever had is Lords of Verminion.
Yeah, no shit. Like Chocobo Racing could have been better if they didn't fucking make it on rails like the Disney go-karts. Like,
if it was literally a kart racer, that would have been the best.
If they put a kart racer in, I don't know how the hell the fuck they'll do that, but airship racing, I'll take that.
Well, no, I meant like Chocobo Racing could have controlled exactly just like a kart racing game. It could have just been Mario Kart with Chocobos.
Yeah, no. That's what people wanted. Where I was like, yeah, Chocobo Racing. And then you get in there and like, no, this is on rails and stupid.
It's not very good.
Sad. No, it's. I mean, don't be wrong. Triple Triad's fun. Like, it's Triple Triad, and it's hard to fuck up. It's hard to fuck up Triple Triad. It was a great card game. But I mean, that's fun, but there's no major changes to Triple Triad. Like, there's not like, hey, here's all these cool dope changes to Triple Triad, and like the things that are really fun in the Gold Saucer, they're like, they don't get love. They're just like, and now that every time they fucking make a minion, they have to make it available for fucking Verminion, so they always have to fucking put development time into making all those fucking minions have like, listen, you know what? Fuck it. Just make all the minions be badass, and just so that people actually play Verminions just for fucking Twintanya. Just be like, here, that's the OP minion. Just use the OP minion and beat all the shit in there. Because no one's gonna play it otherwise. So
I like how uncharacteristically optimistic it is of you to think that would get people to play Verminion.
I would do it just to get the Twintanya minion. I'm almost there. I'm just like, because I know you can just cheese it with the fucking wolf pup.
I've never actually done Lords of Verminion.
I was like, all right, let me look, because it was new content. It's like, I'll give it a shot. I was like, this is the stupidest thing. Like, as an RTS, it's dumb because it's not an RTS. It's like a weird hybrid of like MOBA / RTS. And
the only good part of FF7 was that RTS that it had, so it would be nice if they just stole that.
It would have been nice. They just not. It's just a Blitzball is terrible. Blitzball is terrible. It's just win trading. I want Penguin.
Blitzball's great. Blitzball's the best.
I mean, honestly, on top of it, like things that I've always complained about with Final Fantasy have changed. So like it's the stuff that it's now becoming more glaring issues, right? I thought the dungeons in Heavensward were fucking top notch. Like the best thing was Bard of Metal, and Bard of Metal is my favorite dungeon because of the second boss.
You meant Stormblood.
I'm sorry, Stormblood. And like more of that. Do more of that. That's a good risk. That's a risk. It's small enough for it's like it won't fuck anybody. It won't fuck the game up entirely. If nobody likes it, it's okay because you only had to do it once. And unless you queue for it, but even then, I'm like, no. For my understanding, the sentiment towards Bard of Metal is that Bard of Metal is one of the best dungeons because of that second boss.
Yeah,
and
the second boss is great.
So,
that being said, I don't want anything else that is exactly the same as that second boss.
No, I don't want it to be exactly the same, but
I really like Yojimbo's gimmick too.
Yeah, Yojimbo. Listen, the gimmicks they put into the dungeons are great. That's great. I want more gimmicks, but also I want more just mechanic bosses where there's no damage, but there's mechanics. But does it have to be like the second? No, you can do more of that. Just do it in a different way. Just don't make.
I do want to point out that FF14 accomplished something with Bardam's Metal that Dark Souls has never been able to do, which is that the puzzle boss is fun.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers Bed of Chaos. That's the best boss fight in the series, right?
You're not wrong.
Feeny, just for you. I've owned Final Fantasy X HD on the PS3, and I came very close to beating it in 10-2. Well, I beat 10-2, but you know what I mean. And I've owned it on the Steam for a while now because I wanted to do a text post playthrough of 10, speaking about everything from like analyzing the game from a game development perspective and like my thinking on why they made a lot of interesting decisions they made that they didn't really follow through with on later games. And just for you, I'm going to do an entire stream of just Blitzball. In fact, I might do that for a marathon stream event that's coming up in the somewhat near future.
I think people would give me money for that too. I mean, they won't give. I mean, they'll give. You know what I'm saying? You'll get money.
Yeah.
It just won't be going to you.
I'll do fucking 24 hours of Blitzball. I'll do it. I'll show people. I'll show them. They will know.
No, they will know.
Actually, Christmas, me and my friends are doing a 48-hour Diablo stream.
Goddamn.
24
Okay.
hours is going to be them building my new PC, and then it's going to be us streaming.
Holy,
Diablo
yo,
3.
you getting a new PC finally?
Yep, and it's going to cost me about 4K pounds.
Holy shit!
You don't actually think it's going to take 24 full hours to build a PC, do you?
The rest is just going to be pure. Because these guys I know in IRL, so you know we're going to be. Whoa. I just like it. I'm a Satanist.
Okay.
Like what else? Final Fantasy 14 character creator is good. I have no really complaints there.
No butt slider.
But yeah, I would like to see that. I mean, I understand why, but I don't understand why the 1.0 characters had butts and then the 2.0 era fucking said nope, no butts. God damn, that's stupid. Like, what the fuck happened? Where did fucking Dalaman take their asses? What the?
I would like to point out that
the Astians took our asses.
I would like to say it is dumb that we don't have an ass slider. That being said, like that we did and now we don't. That being said, I do like that there are both genders for each race.
Yes. That's good. That's a positive.
And if we had to sacrifice the asses for that, that's a sacrifice I'll take.
Yeah, same.
All right, there is.
Because I like my cute little Alafo girl, who is also a Satanist. I will cut you if you say anything.
So are we talking like Levan or?
All right, hey Kane, you're in here.
Saying that?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I actually live in a mental hospital. I don't even know who you guys are. Chili just hired me to be here. I'm not actually here.
Oh god.
Is that you, Kane?
That is Kane. Kane.
Hi, Kane.
Kane.
Kane, you sound like a bizarre alien species attempting to communicate in a space isolation horror movie.
It is. All right, Kane. Let me know when you got that fixed. I don't think you. What
Wow,
the fuck?
Okay, that really just hitting it right on the fucking head.
Mom, is that you? Are you in your period?
Oh god. Oh no. I mean, story-wise, 1 through 50 is a all right. So for me, having played other MMOs, just Kane yet again. When you hear this, just let. Well, he's not even in fucking chat anymore. Kane, just type someplace.
Oh, thank fucking Christ! Now you're gonna be able to summon minions alongside chocobos, just in time for minion to end.
Yeah, perfect. Like that. That's always been a thing. But like that's little shit to me. Like that's all right, cool. That's cool. That's cool quality of life. That's dumb, but it's quality of life. I don't care otherwise. What I want to see is the other shit, like the in-game calendar. Where the fuck is that goddamn thing? Why is that such a difficult thing to throw in?
Where's my login rewards?
Yeah, login rewards. I don't think I even got my fucking Falcon mount yet.
Same. Well, I don't know. I haven't fucking played. I've kept sub on, just haven't played.
I know. Where's my?
Mount.
Yeah, my fucking you did the dick rocket, the vibrator.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, yeah, I haven't gotten mine yet either, but that's probably because I didn't sub for enough time yet.
Are you kidding me? I did sub it for enough time. I know I did because I had a friend pay 2 months of sub plus the extra 2 months I paid. So where the fuck's my dick rocket? I've earned my.
Did this happen after the first wave of them went out?
I don't know why they're even doing waves. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, I'm just asking. Like, did the 2 months? Get
No,
paid?
before that, way before that.
Okay, because if you look at the page, because I did to check when it ends, it does say that it has it will take a few days. Like, it could take a few days for it to go through because there's so much of it that they're having to do.
So, all right. So, with everything being said, I think that also, like, they made the changes to the PvP, which is fantastic. I think they dropped the ball on not thinking far enough ahead to say, let's rotate maps.
Carried you.
Yes. Let's rotate maps. Let's give bonuses for like weekly. Like, hey, if you play Shatter this week, there's a bonus on Shatter. And you'll get bonus XP, bonus deaths, bonus whatever, bonus fucking tomes. Like that, perfect, good. That's a great change. Why is that not in? And then the later, like the last live letter or live letter before the last one, they were like, well, we're looking at like doing map rotations and this and giving you bonuses for them. Like, yeah,
What do you mean by map rotations?
So instead of it always being Shatter, playing the other like C's and stuff like that, like actually playing the other game types and like giving you incentives to play the other ones. So
yeah, I would like to play Seal Rock because that code's pretty cool.
It is fucking cool. God damn. Like that is like here's the thing. They get to a point.
Sorry, go ahead.
They get to a point where it's like, man, everyone's gonna like that, and it's like, yeah, everyone's like, yeah, that's good, and then you go and you're like, it's like you almost got to the end. Like you were almost there and you kind of tripped and you fell right before the finish line. I think all right, hold on, let me get him.
I think
all right, well, now we don't hear noises, but it's better.
I mean, as long as we're not hearing the fucking alien queen scream for our heads.
It's true. We did hear that.
I'll give you a 2 out of 10 for the effort.
Just didn't want to wake anybody up.
Yeah.
All right.
I ain't no bitch. Come on,
I'm serious. I'm gonna stream Blitzball.
I know you are.
Like this is, if my computer does not just fucking kill itself out of misery, I'm gonna stream Blitzball. If I have to figure out how to do a dual monitor setup just so I can see my fucking chat, I'm gonna stream Blitzball.
I love dual triple monitor over here. Triple monitor live.
I would love if I had a desk big enough to fit that, Flatus, but unfortunately one of my screens is fucking huge and takes up literally the surface area of more than 3/4 of my desk. So my options are fairly limited.
That happens. Well, I heard you all the way in Scotland.
Yeah, that's how the internet works.
Yeah.
Dude.
Feeny wants you to know that they heard you all the way in Scotland. So.
I like FF14 and I like the changes that they make, but like there's so many, like, you know what would be nice? You know what would be great is if they would get rid of the bots in Frontlines. That would be good.
Yeah, I think they need to put some sort of AFK, like, hey, you're not, figure something out.
They should add a reporting system. You get reported 12 times, you're flagged for a GM review and you're not allowed to go into Frontlines again until that goes through. That's how it should be.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I think, just like, fuck, man. No, make it 14 times, because they really like using that number a lot.
They do.
For reasons I can't imagine. You know, I'm an idiot. It just occurred to me that there's 14 gods in FF14.
Mm-hmm.
There's the 12, and there's Heidelin and Zodiac. God damn it.
Yep.
What was I gonna say? Right, I was gonna say, I really liked the changes they did to PvP until they realized, like, wait, Sephiroth's having fun with it. We have to fix that. And so then they nerfed Dark Knight and Summoner. That was fun. It was really fun until they did that, Flatus.
I agree. I mean, are you kidding me? I played Dark Knight.
Yeah. Dude, wasn't it great to be able to point at someone and go, now you die?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still killing. Because, you know.
You can't grab someone every 10 seconds anymore.
It's true. Can't do that. I just leap. And like, you know, I just leap at him.
Do you know what my favorite experience in PvP was? Like, ever? It was in new PvP. I bitched a whole lot about new PvP before I went into it. And even then, I was kind of... It took me a while to warm up to it. But Machinist. Machinist in new PvP. I got... What's the second one? Is it Battle Fever or Battle High? I think the second one's Battle Fever, right?
Sounds about right.
I got that purely off blank. Just by shoving people off cliffs, I got Battle Fever. And that was a magical, wonderful moment. And that was the best PvP ever was. I would like if the feast was not complete trash, because they decided that the solution to people being assholes is to prevent any form of communication whatsoever.
Boy. I will say this: in being like in like ranked feast, having not being able to talk to your teammates is bullshit.
Yeah, it's almost like planning would be an important thing to be able to fucking do.
You think? You'd fucking think.
What time is it for you? You're East Coast, right?
11:46.
So it's closing on midnight for you?
Yep.
And we're still doing this stupid dumbass stream.
Yeah.
Fucking feels bad, man. Damn, you savage-ass bastard.
I didn't mean it that way. You know what I meant, Flatus. I meant that this is like... There is no... Shit, now I feel like an asshole. I meant, like, there's no direction to this. We're streaming us talking shit about whatever. We're streaming a conversation that we would just have on our Discord server, on the Crucible Discord server. That being said, it's my fault entirely if there's no direction in this conversation, because every time anyone tries to make a direction, I just start veering off course.
I mean, to be fair.
To be fair, what?
I mean, it's after the podcast. So I don't care.
It is after the podcast.
Although Feeney may have crashed. I'm not sure.
I think Feeney's shit has completely failed.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, there are certain things in this game, like Xenos was a great written character. The problem with Xenos is that he was short-lived, and I don't know if it's because they have an issue with keeping really great characters like that around, or they just like, hey, we don't know how to utilize them well enough to keep them interesting, so it's like, here, they're super short-lived. Like, I'm concerned that like I don't know if our bad guy's gonna be the Asian or his dad. I'm like they're like, everyone will hate Xenos, and I was like, I hated him, I guess. Like, I mean, he could have done some worse shit, maybe.
I don't know, he did some pretty bad shit.
Oh no.
I mean, it's a T-rated game. They can only go so far in the core spotlight of the main story.
It wasn't giving me the push-to-talk features. Hold on. Oh, you're on mobile? There is a push to talk on mobile, but
It's not very good.
it's not great. Okay, my internet is fucking up again and hasn't been playing for the last few minutes, and I'm so tired to play silly buggers with it later. Bye. Oh.
See you, Feeny.
See you, Feeny. I will miss you.
Bye, Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland.
Suck dick.
Oh, what?
Wow. I forgot what I said earlier to bash on England with, but it was funny.
Oh, no.
It was good. Something, England is the worst nation of the UK. The Welsh make more sense than you.
Oh. Oh, no. Well, it's Kane, it's Paul, and it's you in chat, so I may cut it.
Yep. That's fine by me.
Like,
Good stream!
I think we exacerbated. I'll check. Paul, I want to thank you for hanging out longer, possibly than you. I know.
Sorry, I talked over you the entire stream.
It's okay. I think he was deep in D3.
Yeah, nah, just farming.
That D3.
Necros.
So, is it true that you pick up men and crush them like tin cans on a regular basis?
Oh yeah, only if they piss me off. I'm quite a lovable guy when I can be. When I'm not angered.
Sounds about right. What's the name? What's the meaning behind the name Paul Metal?
Paul Metal, that is a good question. I'm Paul. I'm an engineer. I loved metal from an early age. I still like rock metal, quite nice. Death metal, even better. But I do also work with metal a lot, so that made the name Paul Metal.
Sounds
used to be
good.
Metal Machine.
I gotcha.
Actually, it used to be Metal Machine Gaming UK. That's still my personal email, so yeah.
Sounds about right.
It's a dope name.
Yeah. All my old shit is awful.
To be fair, my name's Paul. If I would have used, my normal name is Paul Marsh. It's not really good.
Marsh, huh? Wouldn't it be more because you're in fucking the UK? I'm funny. I read Hounds the Baskervilles. I know what a moor is. It's a shitty swamp.
I like shitty swamps. Oh no, I do actually like swamps. Swamps are actually quite nice.
You'd like Florida then?
Yeah.
It's essentially the biggest shitty swamp in America.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to America because that has more disasters than the plague we had over here. Or the plague anywhere. Really.
You got a plague? Oh, you mean the reason why none of the people in your country have type O blood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just want to point out that the worst plague ever hit you guys just as hard as it hit us. The Spanish flu in 1917.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hit
you guys just as hard as it hit us.
Yeah, but you guys get it worse.
What do you mean we get it worse? Because the overall numbers are bigger? The percentage is the same. We just have more people to die.
Yeah, that, but, well, when I look at it, you got fucking hurricanes, fucking earthquakes in Mexico. That's quite near you. Fucking shit's fucking happening like that. You have like the worst weather. I don't know why I would live there, honestly. Like if I saw that, like it's worse weather, like hurricane shit, I would have fucking left ages ago.
That is true. That is true. That being said, I mean, we do have our own share of problems, and we do make our own share of very, very stupid decisions. But none of us have tried to secede from a good, beneficial organization yet.
It's true.
It's true. We
Alright.
haven't wanted to exit anything directly beneficial to our country,
It's not beneficial.
as far as I know of.
It's like fuck all beneficial for our country though.
All right, before
Like-
hold on, before we get hold on,
Brussels.
hold on,
Really
before we
nice.
get
No,
deep.
look, we can't fish in our own. We can't fish in our own sea. That's right fucking next to us. We can't even give our kids jobs.
Before we get deep political talk, bye stream.
Yeah.